I stand by racism.
No, what did you say? Who was you cussing at? No, the little baby bit.
I'll say that now again.
Yeah,
little baby's mad shit.
No, I mean, intro-wise, that might be funny.
Yeah, the people will say, what? He's mad shit. Little baby shit. Who else is shit? Who else did we say was shit?
You said Gunna was shit.
You rate Young Thug?
I don't know if Gunna is shit because I haven't listened to him that much, but Lil Baby is definitely.
Do you rate
shit.
Young Thug?
I don't really know. What I've heard, I like some stuff of Young Thug. It's more of a style. You know what I mean? But Ice Spice is the truth. And she's a woman.
The truth, Roof.
Can't believe she's a woman. It's mad.
What happened? Bear man a move and a ratty. Why so dramatic? The actors are at it. Bear chat for the masses. A lot of these men were claiming icon. True say I never knew these squares of the fashion. Custom thing, any cat gets patterned. Done with the chat when the work Steve mashing. Verses, I put them in the hearses, ashes.
What's going on, world? Welcome to episode 88 of the Rhymes Like Dimes podcast. With your boys Peter.
Yo.
Mohammed.
Yo.
And myself, Yemi. And today we have a special guest, one of the most creative and consistent grime MCs of the last decade. One who made his name in one of the most cherished crews within the genre, Roll Deep.
Best crew.
And has become an accomplished artist in his own right. He has collaborated with the likes of DWE, P Money, and friend of the pod Novelist. And he'll be...
Sorry, I like no, that's my guy.
And he'll be celebrating the release of his recent project, Run For Your Life, with a live show at London's Jazz Cafe on May the 29th.
Yeah.
He is also a master of social media. We welcome Manga Saint Hilaire to the pod today.
Hey. Who told you these that last line?
Listen, man, I'd be checking your social media. I'd be seeing you sending for the Bayhive and all that.
I retracted that.
No, listen, we're gonna get into that though.
No, I retracted it because I watched Swarm and I said no.
What's your beef? Yeah, what's your beef with Beyonce, man?
Well, she tried to put a show out on the same day as my show, and obviously we share a lot of the same fans, so I think she's trying to sabotage me. But I watched Swarm. And I said, I don't want it.
Yeah, I did Swarm last night as well.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Scary stuff.
Watch Swarm if you haven't. It's a mad...
Have you watched it?
No.
It's great program.
It's about stan culture.
I swear. You had me spinning for a second. I didn't know what you was talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, it's great.
Written by Donald Glover.
Yeah.
For real?
Do you like Atlanta?
Nah, I ain't watch it, you know.
Oh,
no, it's good. Yeah, I like it.
I heard Atlanta bangs though, but I ain't watch
Yeah,
it.
it's amazing. It's one of the best TV shows ever.
Facts.
But it's proper, like, it's just great. But long story short, fuck Beyonce.
Yeah. Wait, whoa.
Nah, I'm joking.
So you retracted the apology just to get back into it?
I might as well, innit? We're here, innit? You know what I'm saying? I need to shot these tickets. If you want to see me send for Beyonce, what day is it? 29th of May, Jazz Cafe, I'm there. It's going to be all Beyonce dubs.
Bro.
Yeah.
And you actually did a dub on your social media as well.
I did, but she didn't reply though.
Yeah, he sent for her. He used the Morgue instrumental.
Yeah.
Damn.
I actually wanted a full version of that, to be fair.
She didn't want to smoke, so I didn't want to give it off like that. If she carries on.
He was smart as well. He used the melody to break my soul in the intro. and then he went into the crowd.
Yeah. You don't get reloads. She had me recording it and thought I was shit. I was recording at home and a couple of days after, she was like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I know you've been working hard on your music. Like, I'm finishing 2 projects. She goes, well, I heard you recorded that. I thought, wow, that's so shit. You know, when you're recording, all you can hear is me just going, and you did have a room. She said, raw, that is rubbish.
Nah, you want that feedback. You want that
For
feedback.
real, man. You need that honesty, innit?
No, 1,000,000%.
You still dropped it though?
Yeah, no, because obviously she heard it after like the finished version. And it was good. But no, I want honest. I don't like if I had people around me who said, "No, that's sick. That's how you end up like reducted." You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Well, thank you for coming down anyway, bro. Very much appreciated.
Everyone had a different artist in mind.
Yeah, for real. How you boys doing?
Yeah, man. Blessed, bro. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Mohammed?
Hey, chilling, man. Same old.
Of course. Shout out to Drake's in the cut as well.
Drake's.
Salute.
Thank you to everybody listening and watching. Shout out the Spotify crew, SoundCloud crew, the Apple Podcast crew, the Amazon Music crew, the YouTube crew, and every other crew out there. And
no one listens to Amazon Music, really, did it?
No, not really.
To be honest, you know what it is? You know what it is though?
He said that, really.
Ain't nobody listening.
I wouldn't know because the analytics are crap.
Oh,
they're still loading. They haven't even sorted that out yet.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Big them up.
But it's just another DSP, innit?
Sorry, I'm interrupting. Go on.
Shout out Jeff Bezos, though.
So shout out Jeff Bezos.
I mean, for Amazon Music, innit? Another way for us to be heard.
Take your word for it.
Even though I don't know. I mean, he's the richest man in the world. I know, that's Elon Musk. Second richest.
Well, Jadakiss was the richest one.
Jadakiss? In his head, maybe. In Mo's head as well. But Jadakiss is in his top 5, so, yeah.
Or richest men in the world?
Nah. No. Favourite rappers.
Favourite rappers are kissing my top 5.
Sick.
There you go.
Why do we need to keep saying that though?
I don't know though.
Why are you getting onto him for?
Yeah, you sending shots.
Am I sending shots? Nah,
Alright, cool.
just banter, innit?
Hey, man.
Sensitive. And Ramadan Mubarak to everybody observing Ramadan.
Say that again?
Ramadan Mubarak.
You say it wrong.
Oh, isn't it Ramadan Mubarak?
No, you said it right. It's just the way you're saying it is making me laugh.
How's he saying it?
Like,
No, man's just say it
Ramadan.
again.
Like,
How did he say it?
it's Ramadan, isn't it?
So,
It's like, Ramadan. No, Yemi's my guy.
You're trying to pay respect.
No.
He said say it
No.
again. That's how you know. That's how you know you should have said
No,
it
because
again.
I'm there with it. I'm like, I fasted today. And I'm like, hey.
Nah, man's trying, bro.
No,
Like,
wallahi, no. Anyway, Ramadan Mubarak to
I'm
everyone.
with you,
else.
bro.
Yeah, let Mo say
Man, I
it.
mean, Ramadan the best for you. I mean,
He would have never thought to say it. That's why I said
That's
it.
you didn't say
I
it.
didn't say it.
Yeah,
I didn't say
Exactly.
it.
Yeah,
But
you
it's the
should've
way
said
he
it.
said it. Like, these men are going to understand. It's the way you said it. Like, Ramadan.
I said Ramadan, sir.
Yeah, Ramadan. And then Ramadan.
I'm not.
But I said Ramadan. I didn't say Ramadan.
Don't touch me, leave me
I didn't say Ramadan. That's something completely
Hey,
different.
blame me for this bit, please. I don't want
Hey,
to
you know what? Yeah, never mind. But it's Ramadan.
Salute to all of you. Observing it. Salute to you.
No, I appreciate you for that, though. I
No,
genuinely
no,
appreciate you
no,
for that.
Don't salute
No,
nothing.
genuinely, I appreciate you. Because I'm fasting. So I appreciate you for that.
You sound like it next time.
Nah, sorry. I'll take it back.
Safe. Anyway. Mango. Thank you.
Sorry,
This is going to be a funny episode, isn't it? Thank you for coming down. First things first, whenever a guest comes down to our pod, first thing we ask them is to name their favourite MCs of all time, US and UK, if you can.
Okay.
Top five.
With a little bit of reasoning as to why. So, as you're a UK artist, we'll start with your UK top 5 if you have one.
Me? No, I'm joking. I'm not my favourite. That's actually a lie.
You're not your favourite?
No. I'm very good though. I'm proper good. Like I'm sick. Like if you might heard, I'm just,
No, you're
like,
good.
no,
No,
I'm sick, bro. I'm proper sick. But I've not always been sick, so I can't say I'm the thingy, and I'm not a super fan of myself like that. You know what I'm saying? I look good, but I'm not like the best. But like, okay, so who I like? I'll just say who I like. Wiley is the top. When it comes to MC, he's the best MC because he's done everything. He's got albums. He's clashed. He's radio, raves, instrument, like everything, like, and obviously he created the scene. You know what I'm saying? Everyone says about the genre and who started it, but the scene is started by him, and there's nothing he ain't done. Top. Second, probably Skepta is second again for the exact same reasons.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
he's done everything. There's nothing he ain't done, and if it could be either way, it's only because Wiley was first, but Skepta is up there, and everyone always thinks like because he's a bit simpler. People think that's a mad talent.
Yeah.
Who else do I like the most? Novelists. I love novelists. I love listening to novelist music. Capo Lee. And
He's from Tottenham as well.
yeah. Who else? Oh my god, that's your
Hey,
thing.
man.
Yeah, for real.
Ask him if he's heard of Capoli.
Don't get onto me.
Oh shit.
But 2 of his top 5 so far have been for Tottenham. I only know what
That's
I know.
true. That's actually true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Huss. Sorry.
Yeah, shit. Look, this MC. You looked like grime MCs and that, innit?
MC generally.
Oh yeah, well, J Huss is up there as well. I rate J Huss super high. Yeah, that's a 5. I don't know. Maybe the order could switch around, but that's like who I like listening to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very it's a mixed list. I don't know what I was expecting. I wasn't expecting Capo Lee. But,
Yeah, I think he's one of the best, bro. Can't lie. Like I like people with a styly. You think, okay, I know that's them. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing. Like, I think that's one not to be like downplayed. That's one of my what was one of my problems. Like, I could always write sick bars, but I never had no styly. There was nothing about me. Oh, we gotta go to listen to Manga for that. Do you know what I mean? I think I found my groove and my thing now. But before it just, he's sick.
Yeah.
Like, there's bare man that are sick. Like, oh yeah, that's a good bar and but I need to hear a bit of Steez. You know what I mean? And then American, I don't know, man. Ice Spice, Drake, Jay-Z, Cameron. Nah. Yeah, not Cameron. Not Cameron. I try to think my favorite. Kendrick. I love Kendrick. I don't know, you know. Who else America? I don't really know Americans like that, bro. I've got a white best friend though.
Yeah, based on like the conversations we were having before we started recording.
What conversations?
I mean, yeah. I mean, your hatred of Little Baby.
Oh yeah, hey Little Baby. Little Baby shit.
Yeah.
We can get into that. Little Baby's mad shit. Oh, is that what we're talking
No,
about?
I was gonna say like, I got the impression that maybe you don't necessarily mess with American rappers as much as
No,
UK
I
rappers.
like Absol. I like
sweet.
A Boogie, not A Boogie. There's one with a hoodie.
It's
Hey, Boogie.
Hey, Boogie.
No, I don't like him. There's another one called. I think his name is just called Boogie. He's good.
From
Oh,
I think
Boogie,
it's
West
like
Side
West Side
Boogie.
Boogie.
Westside. Is that his name? Yeah, Westside Boogie.
yeah,
I like
dope.
Griselda. There's bare American rappers I like. Literally bare. Like I'm trying to think. It's mad because you know when it's mad. You listen to them and then someone asks you Kanye West. You get me? But I know he's not like.
Redacted.
Is what we no?
No, I'm joking.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, for monetization. Not Kanye West. Carry Irving. No, I'm joking. Wiley. No, I'm joking. Alright, listen. Oh my god, you have to edit out bare names.
It's gonna be fun.
I like enough American rappers, but yeah, like who grew me with Jay-Z was the first person, and Kanye West. Sorry, I'm ill. I probably got COVID. I'm joking. I've done a test this morning, but yeah, so like Jay-Z was the first like rapper I liked. Because when I grew up, I liked like jungle music. Jungle was my thing. Like my first music outside the house, apart from like dancehall and reggae music that I liked was jungle music. That was sick. And then obviously garage, then grime. Do you know what I'm saying? So what was I saying all this? I don't know what I was saying, man. Oh yeah, but the first rapper I liked, because I did listen to Biggie, Tupac, Snoop Dogg, all them. I think they were rubbish, but like I liked they're not rubbish, but they're just not my thing. You know what I'm saying? Like NWA, I don't know what that is, but I watched the film. The film was good though. That's not my thing, but the first rapper I liked was like Jay-Z, Rockefeller, or anyone on the Rockefeller. I was and that's why when Kanye West came out, I've realised I've already been listening to his rhythms. All the rhythms I liked was made by him, and then he was talking of different subject matter. So I rate Kanye West higher. I'm trying to think, man. Yeah, anyone like that. But yeah, definitely Drake. I think Drake's the top. If I'm being real, because it's only like there's not many Drake songs I don't like. Actually, Riz a lot because he makes a lot of songs. But like he's the coldest, man. Everyone always tries to talk that he's the coldest.
Even though there's like an asterisk wherever he writes his
Nah, I
bars.
don't think that's true. Yeah, I hear you, but nah. Okay. Even about that, because that I think, obviously I don't know, that is a styly thing. As in you let on someone for a moment to get a style. But you can't say he can't rap. Like he raps.
Yeah, I'm with you, so yeah.
He raps and he makes bare good songs. Like bare.
Yeah,
like
people
the
forget
amount.
he can rap. Yeah.
He's a great rapper, and he does this thing called, I call them like micro expressions, like where he can say, oh, like I'm on a jet and I've just mixed the text. And obviously we're not on a jet, but we know the feeling of trying to text a girl and it's gone green or whatever.
I see what you're saying.
And you're thinking, wow, like, so that's what I like, because you can relate. See, like when I was listening to Jay-Z, he was talking about so much stuff I had no idea about. And obviously I learned as I was growing up, and, you know, drug stuff and this, that, and masking.
Yeah.
So you have to learn, you know what I'm saying? Like, and obviously that's interesting, but Drake, you feel like, oh, I'm like Drake. Or Drake knows what I've been through, but then obviously you definitely don't, because he's way up than you, but do you know what I mean? But it's sick that he keeps you in contact. Like, that's why I feel like he connected to so many different people.
Yeah.
Do you like his albums?
Yeah.
You think he makes good albums?
Yeah.
I think that's always a debate with Drake.
I think that's a hater thing, because I don't know what they want. He's made rubbish albums. Honestly, never mind his pants. Certified Lover Boy was a bit pants. Was pants.
Very pants.
More Life was pants.
Yeah. So he makes a lot.
But then, if you, again, on a thing, if you cut down some of them albums, they're sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you're
Nothing was the same. Crazy. Take Care, crazy. So Far Gone, crazy. If you're reading this too late, crazy. Like, he's got bare views. Everyone will try to say views. Yeah. Everyone trying to say views. Views. What?
Views
Like, put on
trash.
Redemption and drive.
I
your
think it's
car.
an expectation thing as well.
It's also,
Do you know what I mean? Because if you like what he gives you, then you're going to appreciate his albums. But
Yeah.
if you want a certain thing from him and he ain't going to give it to you, then you're going to criticize him even more.
It's not like his albums, man.
But you don't really like it when he sings.
Yeah.
exactly. So that's going to bring the quality of the...
I don't.
Marvin's Room's you never.
Brother, allow me.
It's because he ain't never been in love though. That's
Oh,
why, man. He ain't never
oh.
begged for a girl back.
You know
He ain't
it is.
never... Do you know what I
Have you
mean?
not been in love like that?
Nah.
Then yeah, that's not gonna.
Yeah, so you ain't going to relate.
Marvin's
man.
Room is probably the realest
Peter
song
has tried to
ever.
Absolutely.
Peter has tried to flip it
Absolutely.
on
It's got nothing to do with
Peter
that.
tried to flip it on
Because I've
some
been in
next
love.
for them.
I am
You've been in love.
Yeah,
You know
but
what I'm saying?
have you
You
felt
think
that?
it's
But
though?
my thing with him is his voice is too nasally. It sounds a bit too
Yeah, that was
very whiny.
At the start, it was not like that anymore.
It sounds-
Have you heard Redemption on Views?
Redemption.
Yeah, I've heard
I can't remember.
I haven't
And
gone
you've
back to
cried,
Views
innit?
since 2016.
Nah, bro, I'm not there for it.
You're not crying.
I'm not. It's not moving me. I'm not gonna
Has
lie
a
to you.
Drake song made you cry?
Redemption, maybe. Maybe not cry, but like I'm
Drop.
there. Marvin's Room at the point. I think even
You
at that
actually
time I was
enjoyed
going
that
through.
Do you like that
Well,
song?
Marvin's Room.
Yeah.
I think I was even going through
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
at the time.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
What?
fair. It hit deeper than.
No,
Yeah,
bro,
but
bro.
when you've been through certain things, man, you'll relate to certain songs differently.
Yeah, he's got a lot of them.
What are we doing here?
What do you mean, bro?
So if you ain't been in love,
Yeah.
you don't understand where he's coming
Absolutely.
That's.
Because you
from.
want...
What are we doing here?
You, know,
No,
you
that's
don't
not
know
true.
what it's like to like, feel rejected and want to
No,
beg
no,
for your
no,
babes back and that. You can't relate to that.
He's
No,
one of
I
the certified
know-
lover
no,
boys.
no, I
So
know.
he's
Hey,
caping for
no,
Drake
that's a lie.
24/7.
No,
There's a difference between love
Yeah.
and trying to get a babes back.
Okay.
I've tried to get a base back. Love? Nah.
Why? How? How does that
Nah,
make
that's
sense?
not.
You don't need to love. Say if me and girl start beefing
Yeah.
and I try and get her back.
How are you getting her back though? In what capacity? I don't
I
understand.
try and get her back just in. We
What,
stop
are you
talking.
singing?
What'd you say?
Are you gonna be singing?
No chance.
Alright, fair enough. You don't
No
Drake
chance.
then.
Good grief.
Yeah,
You
come
don't
on,
Drake
what are you
then.
doing to me?
He's from Tottenham.
No, but it's the same way when man say like okay, use Potter Pay for example. Like they rate him because they know he's been through that thing.
Yeah.
Like you know, all the crud he's talking, all the stuff he's talking, he's been through that. The same, so all the road man rate that
Yeah,
styling.
yeah.
Like I hear it and I'm impressed. But man's talking about thingy counts on the dresser and presser and I don't know how to make crack. It's not really.
It sounds great though.
I mean, exactly.
Yeah.
So
It's a
you,
vivid
I
picture.
rate it, but I can't feel it as like some of my man them. They'll be like, "Yeah, man, I remember when I was trying to cook
Yeah.
crack." I was like, I don't remember. But Drake, I remember the text going green and being blocked. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about all that though. Anyway,
I'll take you back to word first, bro.
off camera's a lot happening.
Oh, bruv.
Okay, my friend heard about it being blocked and
No,
everything.
I'll take you back to word first. I can't do it, man.
Yeah,
whole
but-
Drake
oh,
album.
Redemption.
A whole Drake album. I
Oh,
can't-
that's my
I'll
favorite.
listen to Redemption.
I like Take Care. Take Care was good to me. Therefore,
Take
was
Care
the same.
got a
Was,
lot of singing.
I don't like it.
I like Lord Knows. Lord Knows was my favorite song on the album.
Yeah, Lord knows it's a hard
Like,
song.
Lord Knows was.
Yeah, that's the one when he's not singing.
Singing, yeah.
Yeah, that's my point. I like him when he's not.
But the whole,
Nothing-
most of the album is him singing.
Nothing was the same.
And
with
that's why it's
Cool.
trash.
Shot for me. What? Take a shot.
No, I don't think it's trash.
It's trash.
I'm not gonna call Take Care.
Yeah, but he's
I
been
would-
consistent with
I would-
saying
yeah,
that.
What?
I
And then
would
when you
say
hear
all
like Diplomatic Community with like them throwaway singles he had, like,
Omer Tart,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
he's
yeah,
top of
yeah.
top.
Yeah,
Here's the
as
thing:
well.
if he put all of those Lucy's
I agree.
and the rapidy rap stuff into
Don't
one
like-
album,
Crazy. No one could chat to him. I could
Exactly.
make the
That's
Drake
all I
playlist.
want.
I agree.
If someone said to me like make the Drake playlist to say like is he the
This
best
is it.
rapper? I can do that. I can do that easily
and that's a
now.
that's a classic. 12 of
Classic.
those, it's a classic.
Yeah, crazy. So he's the best. But yeah, Jay-Z, and who else did I say I like? There's better other people. Americans, I don't know, man. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't really stand Americans like that too much, if that makes sense. But because I don't know, because again, it's a connection thing. Like I said, I'll 1,000,000% rather listen to Skepta, Wretch, Sims, whoever. Like, I hear them. Like, it sounds like I hear them I'll hear them
You
more
understand
rather than them man there where I have to learn certain things. I'm saying, I'm just have to be a fan. If it sounds, I don't know if that sounds stupid. That's why I like the new youths. They've got loads of rappers to choose from. You know what I'm saying? There's so many UK rappers like and good quality ones where they can like youths don't really have to go over there and listen to what they're saying.
Yeah, facts.
And stop saying brazy. It's a weird word. Do you know what I mean?
You don't think it sounds nice?
What does it mean?
Crazy.
It's crazy, isn't it?
For Bloods.
If you're
How many Bloods do you know from here?
if you're Tree Top Pyru, or
Yeah, how many Parus do you know from here?
from here?
I don't know any.
Not one. So that's what I'm trying to say. It's very weird.
No, I hear that. But you mentioned listening to Jungle and first like listening to Jungle as a younger.
Yeah.
And obviously you've just mentioned kind of gravitating more to the UK side of things.
Yeah.
When did like rapping or writing come into play for you?
When I wanted to be a DJ. My dad's a DJ. I wanted to be a DJ. Then I found out it's like them time it was vinyl, and it was £7 for one song. And obviously I had no money, so I stopped that immediately. Then I realized rapping is free. Like you could just MC for free. You know what I'm saying? I said, oh, okay, I'm doing that. Then I went to an event called Bigger Fish, and I saw Flirter. Like he's from Northwest, and he flirts from Northwest, and he was MCing on the stage, and he was getting all the girls. I said, okay, I need to take this seriously. So I started doing it from then. And then obviously youth clubs and rare. That's it. Literally because it was free. If I'm being real.
Do you remember your first bars?
Yeah.
What was it?
Don't worry about it. But it was. Nah, they don't even know. To be fair, one of my first bars I still say now. Like it's. I don't know what's gonna say it, but no, I do say like my first bars weren't that bad. I'll be real. Like one of them was like critical, but every syllable, formidable star. Won't get bigger on the mic, and you're feeling me now. Like I still say that in a set now.
That sounds good.
Yeah, it was alright. But like,
Yeah,
some of them obviously were a bit shaky. But nah, my first bars weren't that bad. I always knew how to write. I wasn't good at performing. Because obviously them time I would write and I would just try to fit bare words in. I always like English and then I couldn't say it properly. Like especially in my early Roll Deep days. I was writing so much stuff. And when I listened back to it, I said, no one liked me because they can't even hear what I'm saying, but I was rubbish at like performing it like badly though. Like, oh my God. I'll get so frustrated. I said, I had metaphor again. I grew up on rap and thing. I'm like, yeah, man, I want to have, like, I've got metaphors in there and clever bars, but I was just going, and my voice is bare high. Do you know what I mean? But when my balls dropped, it was sick.
But what inspired like the writing style, like and creating the flows in that?
Flow is the most interesting thing straight away. So I guess, if I'm being real, I don't think I had much of a story when I started. Because, like, I wasn't a goon, you know what I'm saying? And them time there, like, you just had to be Road, did it? Road is like, yo, I'm going to mash you up. I'm going to thump up. I'm going to backshot your girl, watch her, stab you up. And I thought, that's a bit aggressive, you know what I mean? So I'm not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I thought, okay, I need to give something that's interesting. Because again, I listen to Flutter. I Flutter where he had the sound effects and things like that. I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. But I'm not going to do that. But the flow is the first, like, okay, I'm going to more lean on that. And obviously, as I've got older and I've got more of a life and I'm more confident in myself, I just talk about, like, my style now is just talking about me. But going them time there, I didn't have much, like, beat up your mom and stab your dad and all that jazz. Like, I wasn't going to be on those, mum.
What were you rapping over them times though? Was it grime or was it?
Yeah, grime. Yeah, I've never been like a rapper and all them weird shits there. Because rapping was American accent. That's why even like the early UK, they were rapping in American. It's mental. Yeah. Even early like garage and grime, let's say garage, like when it was like Page to Go, they had a lot of American style. Like the twang. Because that's what man heard. Do you know what I mean? Now I was always been like, I started them seeing from like early grime, like when it was like end of like dark, like when it was dark garage to grime to now.
So who were like the first ones to like kind of break that American twang in the UK? Would you say So Solid?
Nah.
What in?
Way before
Rodney P.
Rodney P. Like them. And obviously they weren't London because they like their whole their things called London Posse, but there were certain twangs and So Solid. Yeah, So Solid had a lot of like American styly. Obviously, they had the stuff though. They had the TTs, they had the chains. Do you know what I mean? So even in there, I could do that thing, like they was doing it on garage, and then Pay As You Go made it a bit more thingy. And then I like Heartless Crew as well because they were more like Yardman. Because Yardman was like again jungle ragga. That's what man knows. So like, that was about and sound like being a sound like Trojan sound. They were a sound more than a crew. They had Fonny was an amazing DJ. They had all these people cool. So that was part to me. That's why when I heard Roll Deep, and then I heard like Wiley, Dizzy, Flowdan, Rico, all that. Wow, this is nang. Like, that's what I like. A Yard MC, like that's my favorite style again because of where I'm from. And then that they was bringing them elements into, and obviously grime is that. Everyone always says grime is like rap. That I've never used to say it's from like American rap, and they made it right. I said no, it's definitely from dancehall. That one, like everyone riding one rhythm. We don't know what's going on next. Like improvisation, stage show, that's a big part of it. Yo, say your best part now. I'm saying rappers don't do that. They can't do that if I'm being real. They record songs, and they rap, and they make songs, and then they do videos and all that jazz there. That's their thing. Whereas you put on a rhythm now, and there's 4 grime MCs to do. We're going to just spit. And then I don't know what you're going to say next. I don't know. We're just going to go. And that's dancehall. When you watch Sting and you watch the thing there, that man are barring and clashing. Like that's a serious, like Bounty Killer clashing this one. That's all part of it.
So I think it's interesting that you separate like what grime MCs do and what rappers do.
Yeah, we're way better than them, man.
You don't feel like grime is a form?
I think
you don't feel like it's a completely
different.
It's different.
They borrow from. So basically, I think UK music, grime, jungle, drum and bass, they all kind of hang on to that heritage of dancehall a lot tighter than rap does. Yeah, even though rap is from dancehall because Cool Workers Jamaican came from that. It's become its own musical entity in a sense.
Rap is from they like the American thing, which obviously makes sense because again, like I said, most people grew up on Biggie, Pac, all these rappers. Like I say, so when they rap, it's like their fundamentals are in that, not hip hop. Is that makes sense? So grime is more like grime is a bit more like hip hop, but there's pillars. I'm saying so. There's there's radio, there's stage show, there's obviously there's songs. Yeah. Like, but you can't really, like you said, you can't say.
But aren't they all forms of rap though? In a sense,
I guess. But the fundamentals are different. As in, you can't call yourself the best. That's why people have a problem with Stormzy. Like I'm saying, grime man do because they say, "Oh, you can't be the best because you don't clash, you don't do radio, you don't do thing." But the music he's made, like his biggest, not biggest songs, but like some of his biggest songs are grime songs. Like Spyro made them, Heavy Trackers made them, and he's a grime MC. But the purists say, "Oh, you're not thing because you haven't hit all the fundamentals." Like grime has a lot of fundamentals. Like where have you seen you murking the stage on rave and on a stage of 30 man, the best MCs? That's how you
just go back and forth.
And going back and forth now today. Yeah. We've all done that. You know what I mean, to be fair, I don't think it's necessary today because obviously it's a different format, but.
Back in the day, you had to.
That was the thing. Yeah. That's how we got out. Like me, my first like Eskimo dance I done was under Eames Eskimo dance, and it was an MC competition, and we just had to go, bro. I was just clashing whoever. It wasn't about let me get my PA mixer, I'm gonna say my bars that I wrote to this beat. I ain't got a clue what's happening. We're doing that, but that's just what you had to do and be. That's why I say it's more like dancehall than rap.
Sound system culture as well.
Sound system culture.
Grime is still very much that, especially when you do live shows and stuff like that. There's ciphers,
and I think that's why it struggles online today. Because you can't really get there's no song. I haven't made no song that can encapsulate the grime energy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because no matter what I'm saying, I can make the best grime song, which I think I made some of them. I'm joking. No, like I made some of them, but it still don't have the thing like when you go to grime originals and then I'm on stage. Oh my god, I'm spitting bare. I'm on stage. Wiley or whoever's on stage, and then that Spyro drops that tune there, and I say that particular bar at that time. Wheel Up. Discard that says that tune. Like, that's you have to be there.
It was a moment.
You have, and it can't, even if you have the exact same people with the exact same lineup, it won't be the same. And that's what's beautiful about it. But then I think that's why it struggles online because you can't get into it.
No.
Like whereas you go watch a Central C video or Fredo video, like it's sick because you can see he's got all the stuff. He's in Dubai. He's got the chains. He's got the gallem. All this stuff. Like it's good to see, and you see he's rapping about the stuff, and you see the stuff. I'll rewatch that all the time. Crime videos are not that exciting. You know what I mean? And you can't feel the energy. You know what I mean? So when they do try to do energy, they kind of have to tame it down. Like so, it's not because it's not grime. It's not just one. It's not just what songs do you put out. That's why when people say what's the best grime album and rare, there's only like 3, and you think that's a bit silly, like considering how long it's been going on. But like, okay, for example, DWE has not made a sick grime album, but he's considered the best, one of the best.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because of his contribution, his style. He's obviously got a unique style. Mash up every dance. He's been out for. I'm saying that's a thing. But if someone said to you, what's DWE? He's one of the best. Yeah, go. What album? Just not one you could put on. Yeah. Even with Wiley, like, say who's my favorite? Like, I'd have to go take this song, that song, and this song. Yeah. It's not a sick Wiley album.
But what are the 3 grime albums then? Because you said there's only been 3.
I think there's it's Boy in the Corner. Boy in the Corner, obviously by Dizzy. I think Showtime's one again by Dizzy.
Underrated.
Konnichiwa by Skepta. Yeah. Jamie Blam, all grime MC, and that's a bit. I don't know if it's recency bias. And Make It Out Alive by Manga Saint Hilaire.
You don't think Home Sweet Home by Kano was grime album?
You know what it is? Yes and no, but you could also say the same thing about Boy in the Corner. Because it's not really grime. But it's more free to, it's the energy.
It's culture of grime. Yeah. I know, and I'm not saying Home Sweet Home is a great album. I think it's just a great album. Yeah. But in terms of like, what's grime? What is the... And it's, I don't know, that sounds a bit silly because obviously lots of grime songs on there. But Boy in the Corner is London 2003 as an 17-year-old. Like that's... If someone said, what was it like? Yeah. Here you go. Yeah. And that's what makes a good album. Konnichiwa, the only thing I think people don't talk about Konnichiwa a lot is because obviously a lot of them songs came out as singles. Yeah. But if you go listen to it now, and That's Not Me, it ain't safe on the block. I'm not.
Shutdown was, I think, was on it as well. I think Shutdown on it.
Shutdown was on it. Like, he had. There's no.
That was a moment. It was definitely
crazy.
a moment.
Crazy. I'm saying like that. That is a mad album. And again, I think I guess a lot of people will appreciate it later on. What's the one I said? Novelist Guy is another sick album. Like
great
that
album.
Yeah. Again, but not so much traditional 140 thing. But it's grime energy. What's the one I said? Oh, and Showtime.
Says Showtime as well.
Crazy.
That's probably more. Well. A little bit more grime maybe than musically than Boy in the Corner.
Yeah, see if you're going off the rules, then yeah. But those are my things that I think, and mine. Outburst for the Outskirts is one of mine. I definitely think it's one of the best. Or Make It Out Alive, which I think is one of the best as well. Not just to say that, but shame. Haha.
Run for Your Life. Was it too early?
I should say that, innit? No, I don't think it is. I don't think it is. It's like it's not as thingy as it's not a thingy grime album as Outburst, or it's an amazing album. You should all stream it, please, because I'm so tired. But like, it's not as you know what I mean? Yeah.
I mean, that early grime era was very, very interesting because you were mentioning flow, and I feel like that was such an important like indicator of who was like the most different MC, like as far as flow, style. You mentioned Flirta D, Bruiser, Wiley. All of them had different styles and flows, and that made them stand out from the pack sort of thing. And obviously, at a young age, you then meet Wiley and join Roll Deep as well. Like, what did that look like? What was that journey like?
What is as sexy as everyone keeps thinking it is. I just met him in Halsden, and then he just said, I said, yeah, you're Wiley, right? He goes, yeah. And he said, I said, I do music, you know, the usual shit. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to help you, man. Just call me. And he actually gave me his number. But then he would call me.
But had he heard you rap though?
No. That's why I don't know why he took my number. But but obviously I must be pestering him or something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he saw the vision.
Yeah, I don't think he did. I don't know why he took it. I'm being so rude. You know? It's like, I don't know why. I'll be real. I don't know what. I wasn't the biggest MC of my ends. I didn't think, them time there, like he said, you could have just had music out. But he used to ring me and I was like, what's going on in Northwest? And then again, I done the under 18s Eskimo dance. He wasn't there. Everyone thinks he saw me from that. He wasn't actually there. Major Ace was there. And then I learned years later, Major Ace said, there's this guy, Manga, revered. So big up Major Ace. What happens after? And then after, like I said, I was a big fan of Roddy. Big fan of Roddy. They're the best crew ever. Like, when I say that, I'm not saying that because of me. Like, to be fair, it's not really much to do with me. Like, Roddy's the best crew ever. But when Disney left and all that stuff there, obviously, Wiley started to bring in the next wave of people.
Yeah.
So then it was like me, Trim, Roachy, Brazen, Skepta. That was that style there, you know what I'm saying? So I think Wiley rang me one day, and then my phone with the voicemail. I was emceeing on my voicemail, and he said, I'm going to ring you back. I'm going to just hang on the phone. And he heard it, and then he rang me back, like, let's say 2 weeks after. I said, what crew you in? I said, I ain't in the crew. He said, all right, you're in Roll Deep. Come studio tomorrow. And I went studio, and I got ignored for 3 weeks.
What do you mean?
I came studio, and Wiley wasn't there. And they were making the album In at the Deep End with like When I'm There and all that stuff on. And no one, no one knew who I was with. Because
I was watching the Roll Deeper documentary and you weren't in it.
No, not at all.
I mean, did you miss the shooting day or something?
Jody had 412 man. They all grew up together. I'm from Northwest.
Yeah.
I don't know, but the only person I knew was Wiley. And then I think I had Flowdan's number. Flowdan used to call me like sometimes, like, if you can get to this set or you can get to here, roll up. But I'm not, you know what I'm saying, not until When I'm Here dropped and a video came out, then it was like, he's one of them. But if that When I'm Here wasn't a video, I would have been dropped out a long time. Like, they didn't know me from anywhere. They're all from East, they're all from like Bow or Limehouse. And I went studios in Bermondsey, and I was with Strider. Who's like this? Strider, Roachy, and someone else I was talking to. And then the Strider was like, what do you do? I said, I MC. He goes, yeah, that's it. And that was it. And then Flowdan spoke to me. I think Danny Weed spoke to me a bit. And me and Roachy were cool. It was just, obviously everyone just doing the thing, who's this guy? Yeah. But now, again, knowing Wiley now, he does that. And he'll meet you and say, you're sick, yeah? That's why, like, all this like, trying to rub him out and all that stuff is a bit bad because he's helped everyone.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, not just like, not for anything, not like, I'm going to sign you and take your money or whatever. Like, is that what you need, yeah? He was going to give me a car one time for no reason. I mean, he's that. You need studio, he will do that.
Yeah.
So now I know, obviously, everyone must have thought I'm just one of the youths he's helping. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I wrote to every song on the album. Obviously, I didn't get on any of them, apart from When I'm Here.
Yeah.
And Poltergeist, actually. And that was it. And then, again, but because of the video, that solidified me being a Roll Deep.
So, I mean, you've probably already answered this question, but the dynamic, because obviously you were a little bit younger than everybody as well, and a lot of them had already been established in as kind of I suppose hood celebrities in that way.
Yeah, 100%.
Was it intimidating for you, or was it what was the dynamic like for you?
I don't know. Maybe not. You know, I don't think it's not intimidating, but obviously I wanted to be sick. So I was following the Wiley format, just writing every day and being sick. Anyone want to clash, I'm on it because I'm in Roll Deep and it's a serious thing. Like I said, the best crew. So I want to do everything all the time. But I wasn't intimidated. Like, man, like I said, even though they didn't speak to man that much at the start, they weren't like intimidation. It's not like they were against me or anything. Just like everyone's just doing their thing. But obviously later on when I kept proving myself and it was more like, okay, this suit's alright. Do you know what I mean? But and the people who was my age, like Roachy and them, and they was like, okay, we was cool. You know what I mean? So we were just like, if I got, and again, I was where I'm not from the East, I'll just be wherever I was, just ripping. You know what I mean? So I was in the early times, especially when I made time, like 2004 to 2007, 8, let's say 7, I wasn't even around them at all. That's why they said Roll Deeper documentary best. I wasn't even there. I didn't see them, hardly anyone. Flowdan would ring me sometimes. That's it. I was just doing my thing separately. Do you know what I mean? But yeah.
Fair enough, man. And for the people that don't know, what made Roll Deep so great?
Why we're the best crew? Okay, I can break this down. So obviously, again, talk about elements. Crews had DJs, producers, MCs. Yeah, our producers were Danny Weed, Wiley, Target. Our DJs were Carnage, Bionics, Maximum. God, there's bare people I'm missing, but it's a lot. Yeah, MCs, Wiley, Skepta, JME, Trim, Breeze, like Dizzy. You know what I'm saying? Obviously before my time, but you know what I mean? Like the producers like Wonder, all these man, bro, we're the best crew. Flowdan, Jamaica, these are serious guys. Serious.
It's just too much.
All with our own style. So again, to compare it to like another crew, like Nasty Crew, obviously they had Gets, they had Kano, they had Jammer, they had I'm trying to think what was. Oh my god, I'm gonna get in trouble with that too. But they had
double,
exactly, double armor, cool, sick. Or like even like Morfire Crew. Like Morfire Crew didn't have a sick DJ. I think he did. Twister was good actually. Maybe not get punched up. But I'm trying to say the variety of Roll D. That's why I like Roll D, because I could hear Flowdown and Breeze on the same set, and they're completely different, scratchy. All these people are different stylies. You know what I mean, that's why I was comfortable enough to go in with my own stylie. You know what I mean? And like Wiley Productions was different from Danny Weed Productions, different from Target Productions, different from Skepta Productions. Like, it's mad. Mad crew. Mad crew. I can argue all day. Best crew by a long way as well.
No, you're definitely up there.
No, best. So who's better? And even I got even more argument than obviously the best crew now and the biggest crew and probably the most legacy crew now is Boy Better Know.
Yeah.
And everyone come from Roll Deep.
Yeah.
Apart from like Jammer and Frisco. But I'm trying to say the foundations of Boy Better Know is from Roll Deep.
I mean, based on the way you broke it down, it's difficult for me to talk
You
about
can't-
rough squad because I
No,
really
Rough
enjoy
Squad
Rough
are crazy.
Yeah,
But Rough Squad are crazy, but the MCs, they didn't have the better MCs than Roll Deep.
Yeah,
But the
exactly.
style of production and the future.
because Prince Rapids for me is like
Top. Again, I'm not even taking. Again, even that Rough Squad were affiliated with Roll Deep, like heavy. Do you know what I mean? Like all of that is a big thing.
Yeah,
I think when you do it all encompassed, it's a difficult.
No,
Kind of. If you give it just a rap, then cool. But if it's all encompassed,
That's
where you get.
Because you're gonna have your favourites on each bit. Like,
you can always be like,
you're gonna like Kano, you're gonna like Double, you're gonna like Lethal, you're gonna like whoever you like. But in terms of everything,
that's where it gets tricky. When it comes down to everything, it's like
you can't chat to us.
Do you consider the movement a crew?
That's what I was just about thinking when I said.
Yeah, but they weren't better than us as a grime crew. Definitely not. Who's the movement's DJ?
I don't know.
Safe.
I don't know if they had one.
They did, but they didn't have a producer. They didn't have a sound. They did have a sound actually, because kind of, but they weren't better than a thing. When it comes to bars, they were like a super group. You know what I'm saying? Basically, they said, "Yo, we're gonna show you, man, what lyrics are." You know what I mean?
That's what I was thinking when I was like, if you think just rap, my mind was at the movement. When you do everything,
again, when I say grime has got pillars, so okay, let's take Roddy to a rave. Let's take Roddy to radio. Let's take. There's not really. You know what I mean? Again, when you talk about movement and you're saying go in the studio, they're gonna have bars. You know what I'm saying? If it's a fire in the booth thing, and it's a movement fire in the booth and a Roll Deep fire in the booth, they're gonna smoke us. If I'm being honest, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna have a lot of bars, but when we go to a dance now, they allow it. Allow it, bro. Do you know what I mean? But that's what I say. When I'm saying it as an all-encompassing everything rather than just a one factor. That's why I say we're the best.
I mean, it's such a...
And it's got me in it as well.
I mean, that should have been the first thing you said.
No, I'm joking.
But it's such a historic and storied time in, not just, Black British history, but UK history generally. Like the onset of grime, like 2002 to about 2007, 8.
Yeah.
Like, what made it so special? As someone who was there on the ground, like, what made it so special?
It was accessible, and it was the actual culture. That's why people don't understand about it. If you see that now, where it's reduced to a tempo and a sound, it's not going to be the same. Whereas girls like grime, man, it was this word. All the words used, peng, leng, all these words are from that. Sket. All these words are from not sket, but like that's a Jamaican thing, sket. You know what I'm saying, but like all the words you use are from that. You know what I mean? Like it was not just a rhythm. It was everyone is part of this thing. Obviously there was MCs and whatever. Sorry, it's killing me. I'm joking. There was culture, like everywhere you walked and things. Like, and again, it wasn't just a one cruising, because when you go north, you go Axe FM or wherever, it was a different set of stars. You go Birmingham, different set of people. South, Bear South man there was Bear South MCs. I didn't know any of them. When I talk to them now, when I talk to people now, like, oh yeah, man, RA was my favourite. That's who we liked. I'm like, well, but I didn't listen to RA. But that is the fact that's sick, that there were so many different bits that was just happening. Everyone had their own factions. Luton, Birmingham, all these places, like it was happening everywhere. Not just like, it was just youth culture. It weren't a thing where, it's 140 and it's this Esky sound or whatever. It was just, every youth was doing it and every youth was part of it. Like I said, girls are part of it, man them were part of it. It was a thing. And it was our secret language. Like I said, my older cousins never listened to that. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, they will come from garage where they're wearing hard shoes and Machino and all that. We was in dusty tracksuits. And if you was Nang, you had a night tracksuit. That was you know what I mean? But it was accessible to all. Like if there's a set going on, like I said, youth clubs, got a pair of decks, 4 records, but be like 50 man just MCing, bro, for hours, for nothing. Do you know what I mean? And obviously there's levels, there's radio, there's bare stuff to it. It was important because it was actually culture, whereas now it's just a tempo and a bit, you know what I mean? And there's so many different factions. Like you can like drill, you can like DBE, you can like underground rap, you can like Sims, and you can like there's just different bits.
When did you start noticing the shift in the culture of grime?
The poorer I got.
Oh, right.
When I realised I never had no money from it, I said, okay, I get it. I'm joking. No, I'm joking.
Are you serious, man?
Yo, you know what I'm looking? I'm like,
I didn't know whether to laugh.
bro, I genuinely was there. I was like, I can't.
No, I tell you what, the shift was really is where they got mush. When our big grime star just like obviously was getting signed because he was hot.
That was a dark time, man.
Yeah, and then
When
we had
all
to
of
make.
them corny songs
Bro,
started
that
coming
was a dark time, man.
Allow it. I was part of that. But yeah, I was on a lot of them, but I was there.
No, we've spoken about this era a lot, and he always refers to it as a dark
that was
time.
that was a very dark
We
time.
lost all the
man.
things.
Yeah,
so
man.
now, obviously, as a man, with them time, I think, oh, we're getting money, it's sick. But now I realise if you've loved this thing, like I said, how I love this thing, and now your favourite artists are just doing these weird songs.
Absolutely, bro.
Even
lost
Roddy
me.
did as well.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, us too, like, yeah, 1,000,000%.
Yeah.
You lost us. This is air. And then road rap came, so that was more real. And if I'm being honest, road rap wasn't a good music, bro. But it was authentic and real.
You don't think it was good music?
Not all of it. The majority of it. Again, you can say that about any music, so let me not chat shit.
Yeah.
But I should say, where it was authentic and real, the youths went to that instead. That was a new youth culture. Again, it got a bit bait after how many years? And then it went to... then it was like, what was after road rap, man? I want to say drill. Well, I guess it was kind of drill.
It was kind of drill, yeah.
Because then it went to like section boys and then...
Yeah. So it was like rap, trap, drill.
Yeah. See what I'm saying? So it's whatever the youth culture's dealing with. They just want to have their own language, you know what I mean? That's why they don't understand this grime thing. That's why even if I show them Blade Brown and Dubs in that, they're going to be like, like it's all mixed weird. It's got bombs on it. What is this? You know what I mean? Like, but that had, we obviously, I was over 30 here, or close.
Yeah.
We know, bruv, when like Hard Body was dropped and Dub
Yeah,
Beats,
absolutely.
that was had the streets on
Yeah.
lock.
Yeah.
Like for a long time, same how Grime did. Like there was no way where you couldn't play Eskimo. That was a thing, or Pole Sex or whatever, any issues. But they use them obviously, like I said, if you spoke to like a 23-year-old, they'll tell you the start is like Harlem Spartans and Lowski, and that was a thing, Miz on Mac. That man there was like their start, and then which evolved into drill. Like, I need to start spitting, I'm so sorry. Did you catch it on the camera? Please edit that. I'm joking. But yeah, there's a lot them time. Everyone has their starts where they're informative years, where they love their thing. So yeah, it's just that. It just shifted when we started making rubbish music and not caring about the people that cared about us. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And was that like fully like driven by the fact that you lot weren't really making money from?
I'll be real, bro. I never made no P. I've only started making P in the last 2 months. You know what I'm saying? As you can tell by this jacket. But apart from that, I don't know
well.
what
He's wearing the Cortez Nikes
Yeah,
as
but
well.
Because I've always wondered, like, when like Wiley,
Zoom in, Drake. Zoom in.
No, niggas.
when like Wiley and
Shout
that
out
man
Clint.
started trying to like cross over, like, what was it? What was going on? Why?
See, I can't tell you what. So okay, boom. I'll tell you what. See the road deeps on Good Times. Yeah, I always tell this story. Everyone
I actually
thinks,
like that song.
Yeah.
Did
Did you like Green Light though? Green Light.
I didn't like Green Light.
I mean,
backwards.
I
But
Green Light.
But so Good Times, for example, yeah. Okay, let me say where my Rolex. I was around Wiley a lot them time there. Where my Rolex was just made. Like he didn't get signed, and he made it. But see, something like Wiley. If I use Wiley for example, like, the only person I know like closely that done that is he loves music. Someone's doing everything. Do you know what I mean? And that song, he just made it, and it blew up. Same with Good Times. That he just went to Manchester one day. It came back with this song. And I remember it had Wiley, a girl called Jodie Connor, and a producer called Darwood. And they had Little D on it. They just made it in Manchester separately. Weren't signed. I think they just made a song. And then they came back and then they put Roll Deep on it. And then it became that. And then Danny Weed made Green Light, which became that as well. And after that, it was, you man are signed, make more like that.
Yeah.
That's where it went wrong.
Okay.
Because it was like, you're trying to make these...
So now you're chasing it.
Chasing it. And it was never made a good one again.
Yeah.
All of them were rubbish. Like there's some that you can't even find on the internet that are rubbish. Because that's where they were chasing money.
Yeah.
So I can't speak for man saying whoever else was doing that. But I remember that time there, it's gonna sound bad, outside was very organic. But then it just turned to like, oh yeah, you man gotta make this rhythm to go. And again, you think, like I said, you think you're hood famous, you're making a little P or whatever. Remember, they shut down all our dancers.
Yeah.
Radio don't play the music.
Youth centres as
There's
well.
no
shut
streaming.
down, yeah.
There's no like, where were you making P? Really, you're famous and broke. So you make these songs and you're gone and you get to go to Yeovil and you get to go to Dagenham and go to Burnley. You're doing shows every week. Like, we was doing 3 shows a night of these stupid songs. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, in the sets, we only had like 2 pop tunes. So we're going there doing When I'm Here. We're going there doing Heat Up. And the difference was crazy. We're going there doing we done Glastonbury, we come up to When I'm Here. Everyone's looking at us like, what is this?
What is going on here?
And then we done Heat Up, and then we used to end on Good Times or Green Light, depending. The whole place erupted.
Yeah, Dizzy said something similar. Like, whenever he performs at places like Glastonbury and Reading, he's not going to perform stuff from Boy in the Corner. He's going to perform stuff that moves the crowd, and therefore he has to make music like Bonkers and Dance With Me
We went
to do that.
We went to Dizzy show the other day, the Boy in the Corner show. Obviously, like I said, I think that's my favourite album of all time. No, it is my favourite album of all time. When he done the album start to finish, in it. But we was in a section and they didn't know the album, you know.
Bro, it was the same for
Yeah,
the 10
when we
year
went
as
as
well.
well,
It was the
innit?
same for the 10
Remember,
year as well. We went to
yeah,
the 10 year Copper Box.
Oh, Copper
It was the
Box,
same thing.
They didn't know.
Absolutely.
That, not the majority, you know what I'm saying? But then when he obviously done Just a Rascal, I Love You, they knew that.
But
When he done Bonkers and what's the one? Big Dirty Stinking Bass. Eruptions. I was like, wow. But I'm still happy because I got to see, I've never stood up for a whole concert the whole time. Like, and I didn't sit down, nothing. I was going. That's my favourite. So I was so happy to see that. You know what I mean? And he done an amazing show. That Boy in the Corner show was crazy. But you do see the difference. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so let's not pretend. It's not like America where you could just live off this one thing and be like, or whatever. You know what I mean? It's not that, unfortunately. It's not that. What is kind of it now? I guess because, like I said, I keep using Central C as an example, yeah. Central could do his songs. Dave can do his songs. Stormzy can do whatever songs he wants to make. They get to the people, bro. Like they're not trying to make a rhythm. They make the rhythm, and here you go. And now they've got a way to get it out there. I guess if Roll Deep, like let's say early grime, if they were streaming the internet when it was that time there instead of pirate radio, there would be a lot more millionaires.
But did you have to go through that for them to be what they are now?
Of course, but
that's how it goes.
some man are bitter about that. Like, we had to do this. No, bro, like that's just what it was. Do you know what I mean? It just was that. Like, and then there'll be someone. We thought Tiny Temper was top. Yeah. I know Central C's made more money and got more streams and then Tiny Temper. Do you know what I mean? That's not disrespecting because it's meant to go like that. Yeah. And I know, it was like Tiny, the Stormzy, and then that Central, and there'll be someone else in 3 years. Yeah. There's gonna be someone else even more. They're gonna be like completely even though the Central's worldwide, but they're gonna have it. It's gonna be bigger than that. It's always gonna be that. Do you know what I mean? Like Drake's made more money than Run DMC. You know what I mean? No, they're not going like, oh well, we have to do hippity hop. You know what I'm saying? It's not about that. I don't think so.
Does.
Huh?
Melly Mel does.
Yeah, he's upset, innit?
He stay upset. I'm upset.
Yeah, because you can be like that. I understand why I say I'm kind of sour, but I don't know, what does that solve, man?
It's just a natural evolution of.
Yeah, that's how I look at it. Like, you just embrace them, man. Like, I'm not gonna have as big a song as Central C, ever, if I'm being real. But I can still make a living and buy crepes and jumpers and that.
But at the time, when there was that shift to making more of the electro pop and you were seeing all of these artists doing it, like generally, like what was the feeling? Was it a feeling of necessity that they had to do it, or was it a thing of like you're abandoning grime?
I think it was a necessity thing. I think a lot of men done it to make P. But again, grime was still being made because that's when who was after that? Like when that was going on, like Spooky was going a lot of, like Mode FM was going on a lot. Cozzy, P Money was coming up. Like there was a lot of, like, obviously P Money been around for longer than that, but like,
still.
That's when
Jamie
still. Yeah, exactly. There was people still doing it. So even though we had, obviously grime's young, even though we had certain men doing that, like I said, us as I was included, there were still people still doing it. But again, it just was harder for it to get out. Like them time that you had to be on radio, you had to be a thing, like, to get your music heard by people, and that's all they were accepting. If radio said we're playing this, like, see, like now, I think they're playing what's that thing we just heard Target say, Jersey Club. They're gonna try to make sure that's the thing. Like that's why I like, see, like Afro House and Afro
Beats.
Afrobeat, yeah. So, like, they've made sure, obviously, it's from a massive continent of Africa, but they're making sure, this thing is here to stay. Like, we've got our own charts, we've got our own artists, we've got our own thing. Yeah. But if you haven't got that structure, which grime doesn't, we have to rely on what they're saying, kind of. I'm saying, obviously, you can speak to a couple of people, but if radio said, like, we're not really playing grime, we're more focusing on UK rap. Yeah. We're focusing on, like, DBE, Nave Smalls, that's what we're just playing. Like, Tiffany Carver, for example. She says that's what we're playing now, that's the style that's in. Then what? Me sending out my grime song is air. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But when it was shut down and Man Don't Care and German Whip, it was scrambling to me. What? Yeah. How much bookings I got? And I don't even have one of them songs because that was just like, we need some grime. grime week on 1Extra. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's just that.
It's the cycles, and that's very important. That's what a lot of people don't really understand about grime as well. Especially when they start saying that it's dead, they don't understand that it's never really had much of a structure or infrastructure.
No, there's no structure to it. There's zero structure to it, and it just not saying it's dead, but it just needs to have a new youth come through, and the old is not burn out the youth. Like, so we've had resurgence. We had AJ Tracy. We've had Stormzy. I'd even say we've had Dave, because when he was doing his first thing with AJ, that was thing, but. Again, the grime purists are like, that's not the real grime. You weren't there from the start.
That's
so obviously they're gonna say, well, bun you, man. I'm not gonna rep this thing that don't even like me. Do you know what I mean? Like, if we would have embraced Stormzy as a grime artist, grime would be way more worldwide. AJ Tracy, even H was doing grime before.
Yeah.
And then he's like, nah, I don't really like grime. Fair enough, because man, I'm saying you're not this. We've got Bugsy Malone. We've actually got Big Nasty on TV. We've got Big Zoo on TV.
Yeah.
But man, not say that's a thing. Like, where these man come from? Where's Skepta from?
Yeah.
Man, I'm mad, man.
Who's the last grime man that we put our arm around and was propelled by that?
Stormzy.
What, Chip?
Chip was before Stormzy.
Chip was
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Actually,
yeah, Stormzy. It's definitely Stormzy. Stormzy made his name off grime.
Yeah.
It's only after he kind of blew.
Chip was before. Chip was before.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So, I mean, Chip's been around for a long time. But Stormzy was. But then again, like I said, man will say, oh, he's not really a thing. Shut up, man. Shut up, bro.
So
you wanted to go back to Deja Vu, bro. He can't. I haven't been on Deja Vu. This doesn't exist. You was on the roof with Crazy Titch. No, he wasn't. He was 6.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
He can't be. Like, you know what I mean?
I feel like people are always going to be like that. You're always going to have the
I know, but
You're always going to have the...
It's the generational gap, man.
You weren't there.
Yeah, but our team ain't big enough to do that.
And I agree. But I feel like it's always going to... The you weren't there crowd is always going to exist.
But saying that, sorry to even cut you off here, is that I know youths now that their thing started from JME, and boy better know. Like, they're you might there when boy better know when Frisco dropped that thing, like, that's their, Konnichiwa was their start.
Yeah.
So which, them man there, like, usually, let's say they're 19 now. Like, you know what I mean? I remember Konnichiwa, that's what I listened to at school. And shut down, that's what made me like grime. And me, I think, oh my God. You know what I mean? But that's sick. There's different points. When they're saying, oh, Stormzy, shut up. Again, they don't know the Wicked Skengman 4 was the JME beat, which is the Eminem beat, which is Shut Up is the XTC, which is from Rough Squad. They don't give a shit about none of that. They just know Stormzy, that bit, Shut Up is sick. So you can't say the sound's dead, because when someone makes something interesting and that connects, it goes. Because there's not no bigger song, but Shut Up's a massive song. Big for Your Boots, made by Sparrow. Big song. Man Don't Care. Big song. It's bare, bro. You know what I mean? Like, it's bare, but some of the music now today is just not that interesting, if we're being honest.
Yeah, it's not really cutting.
Not cutting true.
And to your point about the scene needing like a new face.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with rap. Jay-Z, Kendrick, Cole and Drake.
Yeah.
You know, Lil Baby and whoever else is dominating this
but no, exactly, but you're right.
You know what I'm saying? It needs that.
You always need the next bit.
You always need that.
You always need the next bit. Otherwise, it's going to just done out. Like, and then it's going to turn into no disrespect. Garage or drum and bass and all stuff where it's like, you can only, if you're not EZ or you're not Thing,
why are you looking at me for?
I don't know why. But
if you're not one of them, man, you can't cut through.
Yeah.
Then he just dies. Because when them man go, it's done.
And that's what worries.
You know what I mean?
How have you been able to keep advancing like the sound of grime as well? Because as far as like paying respect to like, you know, where you came from and keeping it current today, like how have you done that?
I'm not really caring about all that, if I'm being honest. You know what I mean? Like, I know who I am and I'm older, I'm more confident in my music. So not really caring about, it has to be like this, bruv. Anything I make, bruv, I'm a grime. That's why I love when Jamie's album was called Grime MC. Safe, yes, Grime MC, bro. Like, so even if I make this, that, rare, I'm a grime MC, bro. I'm a grime artist, bro, for anything. So even if I make a hip-hop tune or thing, bro, I'm coming at it with grime energy and a grime angle. Do you know what I mean? If I was worried about, like, more worried about, it has to be this 140 or this whatever, rare, tear, or simpler sing-along bars. Or I'm very personal in my music. If I can't be personal because that's not grime, I'll be done. I'll be bored. What am I talking about? Do you know what I mean? Like, I've got stuff I want to say. And I want to show people that you can do it in a... That's why I like novelist. Because he talks about everything in his music. Like himself, his faith, everything. But it's like that. You know what I mean? It's like that. And I think that's what we need more of rather than just generic things. It can't cut through. Because again, if I'm just talking about the time we was on Rinse FM, that is going to connect to 5 people. Or the certain amount of people that are listening to it.
Yeah, I get you, sir.
Whereas, like a song about life or whatever, people hear and understand and feel that. Do you know what I mean? And again, you do have to keep up with the elements. That is the hard part. Like, I have to go read. I went just on a set before I came here. Do you know what I mean? I've done a set today. Like, it sounds mad, but that ability of saying, let's go do a set, I want to go and do it now. You know what I mean? Let me go radio, I'm going to go do it now. That's why I say grime's a bit harder, because you do have to keep up all of that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I have to go to when I go to a rave, I have to go and dump out the rave now. If it's gone, if I go to a rave, I have to go to radio and I have to do music. Do you know what I mean? If I just had to focus on making a song, it'd be a lot easier.
But it's more about the attitude rather than the actual music itself.
That's why I say
right?
it's culture rather than, like you said, boy in the corner. I don't think none of it's 140. You know what I'm saying? None of it's 140 BPM. None of it. Or maybe one song, maybe, but like, it's not about that. Do you know what I mean? Home Sweet Home, hardly any of it is, but that's a grime album. So yeah, it's the same type of thing, man. Yeah.
And it goes the same for
I just tried to put my stamp on it. So, that's Manga's bit. That's like Manga. That's what I'm trying. A couple years ago, I just thought, well, if I stop tomorrow, they're just going to say, oh, I remember that guy from when I met, you know? Oh my God, that was dead. All this time I've been here, that's the one thing. I said, nah, I got to try. So I just started trying and not really caring as much.
Are those things that you were hearing, though? Like, you're that guy from when I met and that?
Yeah, of course. I have him real deep. Where's Wiley? Every week, bro. Where's Wiley? Where's Scratchy? Whoa, that's the only thing. And I think that's mad that if you've been out here that long, that's all they can ask you is where's Wiley, where's Scratchy? And when I remember I liked your verse on When I Met. That means you failed, man.
Yeah. Where is Scratchy?
Yeah, his house, man. He's hench now.
Oh, is it?
Vegan. Living there.
I always wondered, man.
Yeah.
I always wondered.
Yeah, I remember you Scratchy back on, I think it was a back-to-back on YouTube. Where you back, man?
On SBTV?
Yeah,
do you know what? That is so... That's mad you said that, yeah. Okay, so... Big up Jamal Edwards at all times, yeah.
RIP, man.
But, so allow me, it's going to sound like I'm not flexing. I was at Paris Fashion Week, yeah. And then...
I saw the pics.
That's already a flex.
I saw the pics. I saw the pics. He had the Cortez scarf over here. He was doing a...
Bro, I even think I
was doing a model.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
He was doing a model.
Wait, you say scarf?
He was doing a model. Yes,
Man,
bro.
that's
Was it
silly,
silk?
bro.
It's what they do to us.
I'll tell you his man, it was a Burberry scarf.
See?
Talk the things. This is what grime gets you guys. Burberry.
It's the way the hand came round. You missed it.
Burberry
still.
I was there, yeah. And then...
Paris Fashion Week, just to make sure.
I was there. And...
Were you invited?
Yeah.
Oh, see?
Slight flip.
My best friend is an art director for one of the biggest brands out there. He's a guy. But not the same. Like this is the guy who done see all my covers and my merch and my thing. That's my best friend in life, bro. So it's mad to see him have that. It's mental, bro. Like does Fashion Week and not like, oh, let me do a little thing like I said, what's it called? That Black was there and Skepta's there, Naomi Campbell's there. His thing,
oh, that's nuts.
Mental.
That's nuts.
But that's my anyway.
Real life friend.
So you went a big Paris Fashion Week?
Yeah, I was at second row. You know the thing.
Chat to me, guys.
behind Mike and Miriam, and man. I didn't know who he was. I didn't know who he was, you know. Which obviously, why would I know who he is? But it was mad because everyone was breaded him. Everyone was coming up to like, every. Who's this guy? I took my register. That's Mike and Miriam. I said, oh, sick. Anyway. So I was like 2 rows down from Naomi Campbell. Anyway, so we're there. I'm joking. Them things are bad. To be fair, I don't really get invited to nowhere, so it's fine. Anyway, so I'm there.
When you do, you don't stop talking about it.
That's fine.
No, I would too, to be fair.
No, hey.
What?
So
I sat next to Naomi Campbell, so I don't
I didn't. Let me not do that rumour. I was far from her.
Bro,
I was
if she's within eye vision,
she was.
I can't like this could be a football stadium. If I see,
No, she was to my left. She was close.
We're in the same room.
But if we're in the same room, it's enough.
She was close.
It's got the same air.
She was
The
close.
stories I'll be telling, bro.
Fam,
Remember when I saw Tiana Major 9?
I mean,
She looked at me, man. I'm telling you, man.
she was right. Like,
yeah,
she gazed, man. She gazed, bro. I'm telling you, she gazed, man.
No, but before that, we actually went to Rags Original's release party, and we would chat. Well, I mean, she walked past.
Oh yeah,
everyone drop your names in it. Yeah.
No, don't tell that. Don't go too far into that story, right?
Drop your names,
Anyway,
man.
Paris Fashion Week.
Oh yeah, sorry. Go back to that video. So I was at the after party thing, and some boy came up to me and he was like, "Yeah, man. Are your man going there?" I said, "Bro, again, I'm there. No one gives a shit about me. Nothing to do. It's like my scene, my work." I was like, "Oh." I was like, "Yeah, man. Don't know." I was like, "I love your music, man. I listened to it when I was in school, blah, blah." That's what I get. It makes me feel old. I love that. You know what I mean? And he was like, "Oh, man, that's back to back. You done with Scratchy." Yeah. So Scratchy. Well, not wrong with socks. I got a set with socks that everyone loves, yeah. But it's Scratchy. I said, I don't even remember that. He goes, "Yeah, man, Scratchy, man." I said, "No, that's mad." Because I've never heard. You're the second person in life that's ever said that.
I swear.
Yeah, I've never heard.
I remember watching it. I don't
Yes,
even do that thing.
No,
I'm
no.
30. But I remember
all the
watching,
thing.
yeah.
That's
like,
but
yeah,
it never hit off. It never went thing. But
Yeah.
I never really heard no one talk about it.
Okay.
So he come up to me and talk about it. I said, "Oh, what'd you do?" He said, "Oh," he goes, "I said, oh, it's my first time." No, I said, "Oh, it's my first time in this fashion week thing. It's a bit mad." Then he goes, "Yeah, like, I'll do fashion rare." Anyway, I said, so "What'd you do?" And he goes, "Oh, I'm a TikToker." I said, what do you think? He goes, "Oh, I do the trains." Sorry, man, what is wrong with me? I do trains. Like, you know the guy with a GoPro and he does the train spotting?
Right.
You not seen him?
No,
You don't give a shit about nothing.
You only cares about Tottenham.
Have you not seen that? Have you know who I'm talking about?
I ain't seen
Yeah, I
that.
know who you're talking about.
Nah,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
no trust
Yeah,
issues.
yeah.
He's some viral brother who goes like, what's his name? Francis something. But he's got like, he's like a big TikToker. And I
Wait,
said,
just goes on trains.
yeah, he's a train spotter.
What, like 7 Sisters to Fruity Park?
Oh, wow.
It's a big train. But him
I salute him though.
him coming up to me, like, he's young as well, talking about that freestyle, I was baffed. I said, bro, like, that's mad. You know, it's weird because you feel like you said, all the stuff you've done, you think, oh, my man watched this and she watched that. Like, bro, I didn't think anyone watched that. I don't really get much feedback. I ain't got like millions of fans where it's like, oh yeah, we love this, we love that. So even like my show on the 29th of May at Jazz Cafe, I'm always going to be surprised. Like, well, I don't know what my last show was. My last show was Omira, like my own show. And I'm always surprised when I go out and there's people there. And it sounds so dumb. Even if it's sold out, I'm like, oh, you know, actually, there's people.
Yeah.
Because I don't really get bare online, like, oh yeah, man, we love your thing, rare. I get my share of love, but when you go outside and you see this place, you meet people, you talk to them, because, oh yeah, I know your music from this, I know this. Like, oh, wow, I never would have thought you listened to that. So it's nice, man.
It travels, man.
Yeah, it does. It travels. And it's nice to see in 3D, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's nice. It's nice.
So between you, I suppose, I don't know what the situation was with Roll Deep. Did you officially leave Roll Deep, or was it a
No,
thing
it's
where...
not leaving. Like, it's like a blood gang. You have to get punched out to leave.
Feel you?
No, like it's just that everyone just, again, I'm one of the youngest and I'm 37 now, yeah. So like everyone just went and done their own thing. Like I said, Target's on radio doing 3 TV shows a day, it's sick. Flowdown's just got smash hit that go around the world. J2K made Crep Protect. Look, we had J2K as well. Now we're killing it. We had J2K doing Crep Protect. We got everyone just doing their own thing, and obviously some man didn't continue much with their music. They just lived their life, and I mean, man, are older, they got kids, all these type of thing. It's just a thing like that. It's not really okay. We're gonna break up today. Like, it's a life thing. And again, where a lot of them man grew together, like it's a bit more than that.
It's always gonna be there.
Yeah.
Was there ever a studio session where it was like, yeah, these men are different level?
All of them. I was rubbish at studio. I'm still rubbish at studio. Like, I used to go to studio with Wiley a lot. Like we had the first time we done the album, the Deep End album. Obviously, I was brand new, so everything was amazing. Then we had a Roll Deep studio a couple. That's when I got close to them. When it was 2008, 7, I moved back to South, and the studio was in Limehouse. So I was unemployed, obviously. So I used to just go to studio every day, just sit down and learn, and that's what I'm getting. And that's when I realized the level was just like, oh my god, I'm not that good. Because I will be recording and that. Wiley be going in there doing everything, like press record, running, do the tune, run out.
Crazy.
I said, whoa, this is mad. So all of them, man, like, everyone was really talented, man. I'm not just saying that. Like, then you realize, okay, I need to get better at this, that, and the third. That's why I learned how to record myself and things like that. And then after that, we had me, Flowdown, and Target had our own studio, like a smaller. It was like about this size actually. And then we had that, and then that's when I really, because there was less people. Like a lot of the songs in the Roadie studio, I didn't want to record personal songs. There's like 15 man in the room. You know what I mean? It's a bit like that, you know what I mean? But when I was in the smaller studio and I was going through a breakup them time there, what? Then I found out about So Far Gone and all that. I was going crazy. A lot of these songs weren't coming out, but I needed to get them out of my system.
Yeah.
But that's what made me be more confident in just doing my thing. I mean, I was just recording something in the night and just putting it to SoundCloud, see what I got. But even just the fact of learning how to mix myself, record myself, I was just in there. And I was learning how to do video editing as well. So I was just getting a camera and just trying the thing, doing whatever. But that's when I kind of like 2013, 14 is when I started. It sounds mad because I've been here since how long? But that's when I started Manga Saint Hilaire, hello. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you kept a relatively like low profile between like kind of Roll Deep's prime.
You said low profile. I wasn't liked, bro. It's fine. Man said like it was on purpose. Like I was hiding. I was trying. I just wasn't doing a lot.
You weren't doing a lot.
I was lazy. I was working on the principles. I would go radio all the time. I'd go raves all the time. But I'm not recording. And them times there was going into video and I wasn't doing any of that. Or making projects or I wasn't doing any of that. But I was going radio, but it doesn't matter in the long run because again that's not documented. And so what? Yeah, I mean, but then 2014 I was less of a low profile. I tried. I really tried though. I was trying a lot. That's why.
Right.
Yeah.
And then between them, that and Outburst from the Outskirts,
Best.
2017.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, it felt like, because it was your debut album, it might have been a lot of your life and your music and your kind of art as an MC.
Yeah.
Culminating in that.
Yeah.
Like, what was the kind of inspirational period for you there? Like, what was inspiring you those
Alright,
times?
so I done a project just before that with Louis B called White Jeans Suit Confidence, yeah. But again, I broke. I was broke for a lot of my life. Still a bit now. So I made this project with Louis B and it was pretty shit. But I thought, nah, it's kind of, I can do this, man. I need to, like, again, I was just doing it off money types. So I was trying to record one session, all the songs in one session. So I was rushing it. I thought, bruv, nah, okay, I need to make this to us. And Louis B's a sick producer. So I thought, nah, okay, I'm going to try. My next project is I'm going to do everything I can. All the features I want, I'm not going to be a pussy or no ego and say, look, I always write and have these songs in my, like, oh, this man was sound good on that, rare. I'm just going to holler them and make sure not just be like, oh, no, they don't fuck with me, let me not say it. I'm going to just holler them. So like, Slew, I always had the idea of Chumaka be having that hook and rare and all these other songs on there. So I just went and done Outburst for the Outskirts, like with my full intent, full capabilities that I could. I'm saying, obviously I couldn't have like sick videos and I said the music I wanted to make to like, had the idea of like Michael Payne doing the intro and all these things. I've done it rather than just like, oh, I don't really know my man like that or rare. And then it worked. Like, again, it didn't go platinum or nothing, but people saw, oh, you can make a project. Yeah. I thought, okay, that felt good to have a body of work that was sick. Like, not to big on myself, but it was super cool. And it was personal as well. Do you know what I mean? So I had the bits that I wanted to say in it rather than the generic, I'm the best MC, I'm the best MC, I'm the best, blah, blah, blah. Like, it was like stuff that was going on. And usually I wouldn't have done that. I would have like, been like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'll wait. Do you know what I mean? So was that like Harry Pinero a bit, you know?
Harry Pinero?
Yeah.
I've got Skepta. I've had Daniel Kaluuya in my lifetime.
Yeah.
Never had Harry Pinero.
That's mad. Sorry, just looked at it. Yeah, sorry.
Someone said Rich looks like Harry Pinero.
My brother.
Once. Someone was like, your brother looks like what did he say? Someone goes, it looks like a posh Harry Pinero.
A posh?
He was like, because you know how Rich speaks, innit? He's like a posh Harry Pinero.
That's mad.
I mean, I don't see
his
it, man.
head shape is different to mine.
Fair enough. I'm just sorry. That was totally distracting.
Yeah, I don't know.
Big Harry Pinero, man.
To Harry, bro.
Sorry,
wait, who else have you got? Just out of curiosity?
Skepta, Daniel Kaluuya, probably one other person, but always Skepta.
Yeah.
Wait, I was gonna ask, like, how do you write though to a beat? Do you write with the beat or without?
Yeah, of course.
Always.
So how I do my projects is I start with the title.
Okay.
So I start with the title first, so I know what I'm saying. So like I know it's like writing a book in it. I start with a title. So boom, okay, it's called Outburst for the Outskirts. So what does this mean? What are these some themes that could come off that? Then I get beats, put them in order.
Like, what if the lyrics come to you before like the song title?
No, what do you mean?
Like, because you said that you start with the title
of the project.
Oh, the project.
Okay, not the song, not the project. Okay, then I'll get beats like in order. So I usually have like the intro. I start move like only get the intro, kind of get a couple beats, see what's about. Then I just start writing. So the first thing you hear is the first thing I wrote, and usually the last thing you've heard is the last thing I wrote. Do you know what I mean? So I just do it like that. I just go off what I've said and what I haven't said yet. And the middle will move around in terms of like what I didn't get and whatever. But how do I always write to the beat. Like, you know what I'm saying? Always. I don't just write anymore. Yeah. Because I'm tired. Like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, see, like when you're younger, you're sitting around in your house, you can just write. Nah, I ain't got to. I'm efficient with that. Efficient. I have to sit down and this is finished. That's why I don't have like extra songs. I don't have like bare extra rhythms lying about and all that jazz. Like when you've heard the project, that's what I've recorded. Like I said, I might have one I took off, for example, but
you don't overwrite.
Yeah, if that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
That probably explains why you've got so many projects out because, you know, I imagine the recording process, because there isn't a lot out there, relatively, not as long as others maybe.
No, well, to be fair, the reason I got so many projects is because I find that the easiest. I don't think I can make a I shouldn't keep talking myself out. It's like make a hit single that makes it separately. Some man make a song like because they're recording all the time. Like again, like I'll use Wiley's example. Like you just go studio, he records all the time. Like so you're gonna find something in that. Whereas I structure out a project because I like doing shows. So I like performance. I like going and that's how I like listening to music. So again, that's why I like Kendrick. That's like these people because I'm like, oh, when I hear this album, these aren't songs you've just got from here, there, and there. These are songs like Tipping My Butterfly. Damn, these are songs for that. You can tell. Yeah. Like you couldn't put a song from Damn onto Good Kid, Mad City.
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So I want to create that in grime. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, this is your thing. This is like you made this for this. This is where you was at your time. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's why I like. That's how I enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
Quickly going back to Outburst, you mentioned, you know, not really caring about who how you might look as far as reaching out to people. Was that a thing where you kind of had to shed some ego in order to be able to do
Yeah,
that?
1,000,000%.
Yeah.
And again, it's a pussy old thing because no one even cared, bruv.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, when I hollered, man, I was like, yeah, cool. Only a few man didn't get back to me, but then again, I don't get back to people sometimes as well. And so it wasn't like that. Because when I was to holler at people, like I said, when I said to Jamaica, yeah, like, can you do this hook for me? Yeah. Oh, okay. Do you know what I mean? Michael Pay, can you do it? Yeah, cool. I was like, oh, raw, all right. You know what I'm saying? It's not being like, it was me. It was me thinking, oh, you man not rate, man. You man not rate. Bruv, no one cares, bruv. That's another thing. You have to, like you said, shedding your ego. You have to realize, bruv, no one even cares enough to hate you, bruv, realistically. Like saying, you just insecure. I was just insecure with my music. But then once I got secure, I just like, from now on, like, getting on my song, I got a song with Nov called Thoughts and Prayers, yeah. And when I done that song, I said, no had to be on that. And do you know what I mean? There's bare people that, like, they had to be on that bit. Like, I don't have just random people on there. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's, if that person don't do it, like on my next project, I got a song, I want to get Mike Skinner on it, yeah. And if you don't do it, it's just, I'm just going to have that verse out. You know what I mean? I'm not going to have someone else.
Okay, yeah. So
you know what I mean? So I've done that with your bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it's like that. That's how I work on it. So yeah, definitely locking off the ego thing. And again, I didn't want to say it's ego. I don't know if insecurity is ego. I don't know if it's a similar thing. But I'd say it's more insecure.
But with the insecurity, did releasing music and releasing your own music kind of help that?
Yeah, because you start hearing good feedback if it's good. Do you know what I mean? Like, I thought, okay, but the more I put into it, the more I got back. Again, I was not on I'm not on any of these like industry lists. It got rated awards and rare test. I'm not over there. But then you have to realize none of us are over there.
Yeah.
Like, in terms of grime, man. So
yeah,
you have to drop that too. You know what I'm saying? No point arguing. Oh, why am I not nominated for a Brit? Be serious. You know what I mean? The thing's not Brits yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So in terms of that, let's have to just like just be real with myself. But it's good when you release it. I'm not really insecure about releasing music today because it's sick. Like, not being funny. I'm not doing it. So even if you don't like it, or you don't get to everyone, I understand as well. I ain't got a manager, I ain't got none of these things. I never had none of these things. So it's not gonna get to everyone. But the people who it has got to, they enjoy it. Safe. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hopefully now they keep going and get to more people. But that's how it works. But like, I'm not really like, oh, why is it not over here? Why have I not got this award and that award? You know what I mean? But nah, it's not really about that. Well, it is about that because I want some, but I'm not gonna like. It's not a reflection on the music. You know what I mean?
It's definitely it's not a reflection on talent.
Talent. That's what I'm saying. Like, I know I'm good at this thing now. I mean, before I wasn't sure. Like, I guess that's why I was probably the most angry. You know what I mean?
Well, your catalogue generally, from Outburst to Run for Your Life now,
crazy, isn't it?
It very much, yeah. It very much. You're not joking, bro.
No.
But it very much plays out like an arc of your personal growth, especially from the beginning to now. Like, has music and making the music and releasing the music been kind of therapeutic for you in certain aspects of your life?
Yeah, because otherwise I'd go mad. And that sounds quite traumatic. But I understand people, like, people are depressed and they get like, okay, I released a song, Electric Future on Run for Your Life. After I released, obviously I thought them things, said it, it's gone. As soon as I release it, I'll get calls. You're right. Yeah. You sure? You're right. Like, everyone's like, you cool, like thinking like, I'm like, yeah, man, I'm calm. Because I understand that my thing is I get to have the thought, say it, and it's gone.
Yeah.
Whereas enough people, they don't have it out there. They go work every day, they come back, and they might have these thoughts and it sits with them. But I don't have to sit with them. Probably that helps. I guess I don't know if I had these. I don't know what I'd be like if I didn't have to do that. It sounds kind of like, I don't know if it sounds dramatic, but it's just a release. It's like, oh, safe. I don't have to be sitting with them.
It's like your form of therapy.
Yeah, and I give them out, and then other people, I get bare messages, like not being thinking I'm not going to ever repeat the messages, but I get bare messages about, you know, how it's helped people and they were going to do X, Y, Z, and they like happens like regular. I heard you say about that and safe.
Yeah. Because
then it just shows, like, you know what I mean?
It's working.
And as well, it's me saying certain things like, bro, life is good, bro. In my life anyway. Let me not say for everyone. There's so many people I know in my normal life, yeah, that bare stuff has happened to them. Like, a lot of my mistakes or my troubles or whatever, I need to start this spitting thing. A lot of my mistakes and my troubles is action started from action of me, either doing something or not doing something. Do you know what I mean? Whereas I know a lot of people in my life, things have just happened to them. Like, their mum's died, their dad's died, this happened, this right.
Something out of their control.
Freaking whoa. Like, and they still just got to carry on. Do you know what I mean? So me to sit here and be like, oh man, but nah, when I deep it, a lot of the stuff was to do with me. So I just got to try and work on my whatever I'm doing wrong all the time, which is fine. I mean, I'm not going to do it right all the time. I'm going to have still lots of stuff, but I need to figure out. But when I'm saying that, it's like I don't have to always be just walk with these things all the time. And then when I say these things and I step back, I say, no, overall though, life's good, man. So let's just keep going, basically. I'm not,
But I do feel like Electric Future does sum up Run For Your Life like perfectly as far as like its content and, you know, what you're actually speaking about.
Because I wrote it last.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And that's why. It's rather, if I would have wrote that as I was feeling or whatever, but because I was listening to it and that was the last song I wrote and here you go, that's why. And it helps. You know what I mean? Like it proper does. Like, because that's the summary of everything. You know what I mean?
Chapter.
Yeah. And in my next one, it's got, okay, not similar songs, but similar thing. It's the next end of the chapter.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's good, man. I do enjoy doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like having that catalogue or legacy. I don't know the right word is here. Like, cool, having that. Yeah, man, I remember that. So if, again, God forbid anything happens to me, you can hear that and be like, yeah, man.
Yeah.
I understand my man. There's bare man out here that you've listened to for years. Don't know nothing about them. Do you know what I mean? You don't know what they're like. You don't even know if they've got brothers or sisters. Do you know what I mean? You don't know about them. You just know that they're the best and they got champagne and they back shots, they do all that. You know what I mean? Can't say that.
Oof. Right.
So I use comedy as effective.
You don't wrong with your right.
No, hey.
It's not wrong with your
Not knocking back shots, I guess.
No, but do you know what I mean? Like, they just do, like, you don't know them. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, you might catch snippets of them. But I would like to, like, again, I don't want nothing to happen to me. If anything happens to me, they've killed me. Someone's killed me. But if you heard it, or even if nothing's happened to me, you just heard it.
Yeah.
You listen to it, you go, oh, I know, man. Again, that's why people, well, I get people talking to me that they know me from time. You know what I mean? They would come up to me like, oh, no. I'm like, and they're telling me their life. And it sounds so mad. I think, oh, now I appreciate it and I understand now. Obviously, I'll talk to them and rare. You think, oh, yeah, you're talking to me because you feel like I'm talking to you. Do you know what I mean? So that, oh, we know each other. We're cool. Like, but my supporters, they'll roll up. They like you say, I've got ones that they'll roll up and yeah, man, we'll chill or whatever. I'll give them a lift home with. Like, it's not like I'm saying it because of that. I'm just trying to say it because if you feel like you know me, I know you too. And we're talking and they're telling me deeper things. And I'm like, okay. Because I've realised I'm telling you deeper things as well without realising. Because obviously I'm thinking I'm just writing it and it's done.
And you're thinking no one's hearing it.
I'm not walking around with it in my head. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember said that. Like,
but it's also, I don't mean to cut off, the surprise factor when you said when you go to a show.
Oh, it's mad.
People are listening.
It's crazy.
It's like you might not be aware, even though you're expressing yourself, people are really taking in what you're saying. But
man was like, oh yeah, you're Dina. Remember? That's my girl's name. Like, you're Dina. How do you know that? no, it wasn't even Dina. It was Bot. Like, I call her Bot. You're Bot. And I'm like, oh my God. Oh yeah, she is. Do you know what I mean?
They're studying, man.
No, because I forget. Obviously, I'm saying stuff that's.
Yeah.
That I'm saying. They're like, oh yeah.
Yeah, people are really taking it in.
Yeah. People are, oh yeah. I remember. And you think, oh my God, you mind what you're saying.
But with that, do you prefer kind of letting people into your life in your music more so than maybe like, I don't know, you're doing a song where you're kind of just showing that you're a great MC?
Them other songs, just life is way easier. Like, way easier. You know what I'm saying? Like, me saying, oh, I'm the best. Who's that for? Like, that's just for other MCs, really. Do you know what I mean? But again, we're going back to the pillars of grime. Like, I have to do that.
Yeah.
So when I'm doing a set, I'm not gonna be saying the bars. I'm not saying Electric Future bars. I'm gonna let you know that you man are shit and I'm not shit. Watch this. Do you know what I mean? So I need them bars too. But I like the ones where I can just talk because, as you can tell, I like talking.
But you can show you're the best by like the stories that you tell as well, man. I feel like there's a good way to do it, man. It's not. I don't think it's easy as well. There's a way to do it.
Okay, it's easier for me.
Okay.
I know some man will struggle with that because I always say again. I use Wiley's example. Like Wiley's life is the maddest life, but he don't ever really talk about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? If he said the stuff, he made an album and talk about bits of his life. Mental. Do you know what I mean? My life isn't, when I look back on certain life, my life ain't been that much. So I have to tell you what I'm thinking, feeling, what I observe and see other people. That's my saying. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rather than talk about, this happened and I was in the trap and then I had to bunk train and then I got caught by an inspector. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm telling you, I was in my house for 12 hours watching Office and I've pondered about life and like I said, Marvin's Room. The ex left me, she's butters anyway. I'm saying let's keep it moving. Like, how am I gonna get over that to the next bit? Do you know what I mean? And the future with, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But things like that is a real thing. Like, okay, what scares you? What excites you? What do you think? I'm saying, because again, when you talk to your when you little brethren, was it? It's a fake thing. You know, actual friends.
We're brothers, and that's our guy.
Your physical brothers.
Yeah,
okay,
absolutely.
So, like you're saying, when you're talking to your brethren in your group chat or whatever, you man will talk. Like I don't think people, not people think, but a lot of people think man them don't talk. We talk bare. I think we tell each other like a lot about how we feel. Really, you don't. I can tell.
What is going on here?
No, because you're listening. It's like you saying, not
You
me,
are.
bro. No, I'm joking.
No, you're right now.
But
like,
You
I
are
hate
fantastic.
Because
Such a character.
I got cousins like that too, where they're like, I don't say, nah.
No,
man,
but as in, I get what you're saying, because
they talk.
with us, we talk. I might not.
Yeah, but we
we
talk.
do know what the man them are all going through.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think that's not really spoke about that much. Like, we do speak. Like, we don't always speak out loud to the world. When we speak to each other, like, deeper and like, honest. You know what I mean? Like, when I'll say stuff and then I can't really tell my girl. I can't really tell my mama. I will keep it to myself, or I'll say to someone, and or furthermore, so there'll be different parts. We do speak. So when you say stuff, you realize, oh yeah, you thought of that too. Yeah, I did, you know. Or how about this? Like I said, I'm having a kid in a minute. Yeah, literally, it could be any minute. Yeah.
Congratulations.
I know. Thank you. I know it works. It's sick. Do you know what I mean? So I'm like, so like it'll be like, okay, cool. When I'm talking to other people,
I never doubted it, bro.
Huh? You never doubted it.
I never doubted
This
it.
guy, wild guy.
I never doubted it.
But when I talk to my other friends now who've had kids or whatever, who've had kids, they're like, oh, they're not just the man them. Like I know, like, a lot of my friends are girls, and their mothers are like, yo, this is serious. Like I said, this, and they'll be like telling me, oh, make sure you look after Dino and this and that and that. I'm like, oh my god, like it's a deeper thing. But that conversation's happened. I'm not just holding it in saying, yeah, I'm having a kid, and it's me just having it in my system. You know what I mean? Like I'm hearing stuff and taking this stuff, and I'm expressing to them, oh, what about this? How about that? I kind of feel like that, and it's good. Just have them things. So in terms of what, like I said, when it was 2013, 14, or whatever, and I just started doing that in my music, it was just way lighter for me. Everything was lighter. Do you know what I mean? I'm still not rich, but the crep's still there.
But it feels like But it feels like a conversation.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that I get from your music. It feels like we're having a discussion rather than I'm actually listening to music. We could just be at the park, walking, chilling, and we're just
which is
chatting.
good. But then obviously it's good for certain things. But then, like I said, I'm not gonna ever go rock up a festival with like let's talk about it. But let's talk about how I feel about my upcoming child.
That's why you
know what I mean?
That's why it flips on the both sides.
You have to.
I'm better than you, but at the
Yeah.
same time, I can give.
Yeah. But so it's time and place. So you have to try and I have to try and find a balance.
Yeah, 100%.
I either need to go, like I said, everyone always laughs about Kendrick. You can't play it in a rave and that, or whatever. They don't know what rave they call it, but you know what I mean. It's true. But then he's got it all right and all the other rhythms.
He's all of them, man.
But you know what I mean. But like, what people love him for is not that. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's a bit symbols.
There's one song on Run For Your Life. I'm Worried, Aren't You?
Yeah, sick
I love that song.
That song the beat is crazy.
In it,
Absolutely
I didn't
mad.
make it.
Talk to us about that song, man. How did that come together? Who made it?
You know Elro from he used to be on SBTV.
Yeah. Oh, right.
He made that.
Okay.
He made For the Night, and he made This Isn't About Me. Yeah, he made them three. So again, but actually, and he made Electric Future as well. He made Bear on there.
Who made Kendall and Carrie?
Freezer Chin.
Okay.
He's from Big Up the Toronto Massive, yeah? Dog. Yeah, I couldn't think of anything Toronto to say. Big up Trey, big up Freezer, big up Jay.
I mean, they say what we say.
They do. Like,
Yeah, they
again,
like us.
people, like, when I've gone to Toronto, like, I've been lucky. I've gone to a few times. Like, I've still got friends there as well. Like, people don't understand. See, when Drake came here...
Flex.
No.
I'm
When Drake came in, it's like, oh, you're speaking like us, man. I said, bruv, they're us. We're the same. Like, when I went to the ends and the estates, they look like our estates.
Yeah.
See, like when you go to America, like, you see the hoods, it's like, pause. When you see the hoods, pause. It's not the same. You think, like, oh, even the structure's different. Maybe
Wait, why did we pause that?
See the hoods? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, see that man's hoods.
Yeah, that's a bit wild.
You deal with this every day. Mad thing.
Wow, is that what it is? Is that privilege?
Yo, I'm trying to decipher the pause and I was like, hang on a minute, wait.
His presence is a present, yeah.
I see what you've done there.
But like, yeah, so when you go to Toronto, it looks like when you
It's UK,
it's mad.
Yeah.
Again, but now I understand obviously the Queen ruled there.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So like even the structures, the buildings, a lot of it's our thing. So like our culture's way more similar than us in like America. Way more. Like
Yeah,
I'm
I
saying,
think talking wise, we definitely relate more.
even like the what's cool and what's not. Like I said, where it's a lot of it is African and Caribbean.
Yeah.
Like there's bare Somali people there, there's bare Jamaican people there. It's like it's not like again in America they're American. That's how stupid.
1,000% get what you mean.
Yeah, I mean, like they might be from down south, like their family's from Georgia or something. Like, but there you speak to someone there, I'm from Trinidad.
They're still
I'm from
first or
thing.
second generation.
Yeah.
As opposed to America.
And even if they're not, they rep that same way we do. Like I'm saying, like so it's mad. I don't know why I was saying all this. Oh yeah, that's who made Kendall and Kylie. Long story short.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Kendall and Kylie's made by Freezer.
Okay.
So Elro, well, his name's Loophole as a producer. He made I'm Worried Aren't You. But that song there, I can't even tell you what the song's about. Songs obviously, no, it's I don't know. What do I say on that song? I don't know, I was saying some stuff, but the beat's crazy. Again, but that's grime. But someone will say, oh, it's not grime. Yes, it is, but it's nang. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's sick, but I don't know what I'm saying. But I like that song. I like all the songs in there, actually. There's only one I don't like, but I'm not going to say which one. But
Is it your favourite project of yours?
yeah. Yeah. The only project I don't like, the two projects I don't like, but I like my, at the bottom, pause, is Outsiders Live Forever and Glow in the Dark. So I like Glow in the Dark. Like, it's got a lot of great songs in it, but it don't have the balance. You know what I'm saying about the thing? Like, it's got a lot of personal stuff, but no balance. And Outsiders Live Forever, I feel like it's rushed, man. But people love that project, man. But I don't feel like I'd hit the mark on it. If I was to do that again now, the same with Sir Hits, there's certain things I'll do completely different. Yeah. Like, even like down to the mixing and all that. But that was the most one I got right with branding, artwork. Like, I sold the most t-shirts of that crazy amount. Like, saying like I could have bought a car. Do you know what I mean? It was mad. Like a Corsa at least. Do you know what I mean? So
Alhamdulillah.
yeah, you know what I mean? Are you Muslim as well? Like,
No, I just say things sometimes.
No, I hear you. I respect it.
I mean, you said Alhamdulillah, but the Ramadan Mubarak.
I'm sorry. Mo, what's your problem, man?
Man, that was good, to be fair. That was good. Mo was quick.
Yeah,
He's quick with it.
But the brand and the Outsiders Live Forever, the branding, people love that project. I think it was a message of it, but I just feel like there was bits I missed, like a lot. Like, I don't perform anything from that, actually, when I think about it. And Glow in the Dark was sick, but it just missed, like, there was bits I didn't do properly.
But when did you catch that, though? Like how far after you finished the project did you realise, oh, you know what, I didn't like certain bits about it?
Oh, I don't know, maybe recent. When I hear it back, when I realize I don't perform any of them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't ever perform any of them. I don't talk about it really. Whereas like Run for Your Life, I like all the songs except for one. And my next project, I like all the songs. And next one, I like all the songs. Yeah. So like, whereas that's what now I'm learning to do that as well. Cut down. Okay, take that out. Yeah. That's not needed. Like, I wasn't really like that. Like I said, I was structured off. But then sometimes you do it and it don't hit the mark, and I can't be even on my new project, not my next one, the one after project, I got a song with Capo Elite, and then me and Capo was writing it, a different song, and he said, nah, this ain't it, bruv. I said, you know what, bruv, it weren't, you know. And then we stopped and we done another one. Yeah, because you know, that's my project. I thought, no, this is actually a bit me. It was just gonna be normal. And wow, COVID. And all the songs we're doing in unison.
That couch there, fam.
Yeah, didn't it? Bruv, incubator over there.
Yeah. But the next project, look, I got one, but then there's another one coming at the end of the year. Like, the songs on there are like, they're proper things. You know what I'm saying? And then that's why when me and Capo was writing that one, we said, this one 8 levels, man. Well, he said it, let me not lie. He said, nah, I don't know about this. I said, you know what? You're fully right, brother. It's a bit meaty already. Let me done another one and it's way better. But yeah, now I'm learning that just take it away a bit instead of just being like precious with it. Oh, I done it. It has to be on there. Nah, bro, delete it sometimes.
Do you consider yourself a work in progress still, like musically?
Yeah, I got bare stuff I don't know how to do yet. Bare stuff. But I need life to change a bit because I'm just saying, I feel like I'm saying the same. What is going to change in a minute, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's bare stuff I don't know how to do. I've got to learn how to do star jumps and skip and move a bit more. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That's a star jump.
Yo, you're right. It's not even my fault.
What's going on?
I know my brother, I really yeah, man. He's not leaving me out here.
It's not even my fault.
I big up my Mango and Mo show, yeah? Next week. It's going to be a podcast of coughs.
Mo Mango, it does have a ring to it.
Bro, it's a chain of effect. I don't have to be a chain of effect.
Is that yawning?
Yeah, bro. It's something about system here. Tells me, brother, you see
we're connected, bro.
They need to fumigate.
Yo, when we first started the pod, just quickly, when we first started the pod,
don't say about the racist
I heard back a lot coughing it, and I'm like, yeah, it's a free roll now.
Oh, it's fair game.
One line, I was holding it in, and I'm like, bro, my face is turning red. I'm there like, you know, you try to hold it. I'm there like, Then I heard Mega go, ka. I said, fuck that, it's a free. Yo, I heard.
Man said, it's a go.
Yo, I said, yeah, I heard man go, ka. I said, yeah, fuck this. You see, look at this water. This water dead, you know. This here. When I finished the way, like the first half an hour, I said, fuck that.
Man said, it's a go.
You're my guy. I said, this guy gave me the green light.
No pun. Manga Mo show next week.
No, man.
3 hours of
Yeah,
coughing
man.
and spit.
I just spit.
Pause, oh, whoa.
That was wild.
Yo, flag on the plate. Whoa.
That was wild.
No, it has to be that go viral. Don't worry.
That's wild.
Let's kick this off, man. Don't worry about it.
This thing is going to be a mad thing to
man.
edit.
Yeah, good luck. God bless.
Bruv. You mentioned the projects that you've got lined up. How many of them do you plan to drop this year?
Both of them.
Okay.
Got one coming out as soon as I can. It's done already. Another one's nearly done. So one's coming out. I want it to come out next month. I might as well say it. Me and Blade Vision got a project called Save Yourself. It's coming out, yeah. And then the other one is called Everything's Under Control, which is like in the same realm of, Run for Your Life. That's got like 14 tunes, 15 tunes on there. That'll be out September, October.
Dope. Okay. Is Blade rapping on the tape as well?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Everyone said that, Everyone said he's making
You have to, man.
Yeah, it's mad, but I forget where it's a Drake project. So yeah, we're both borrowing on it, and he has made tunes on it. I think 2. Louis B's made 2. It's only got 7 on there, but it's good, man. It's good.
How did you link up with Merkston on No Hard Feelings?
I actually do not like Merkston. If I'm being real, it was he called me and he was like, bruv. I was like, oh, like my girl knows him as well, and she's like, just do it. I was like, alright, cool. And then we made the tune, and I ain't really spoke to him since.
That's it. That's unfortunate.
Grand opening, grand closing.
Yeah, he's a prick.
Whew.
How'd you link up with P Money?
No, I'm joking. Merkston's my guy.
Yo, I don't know what was going on. I was there like, this is his beef with it. Fuck that.
No, Merkston's my guy. No. Again, what is, a lot of these people, again, I've known them for so long, and there's so many people I just haven't got riddance with.
Yeah.
I think, bruv, I've known you for all this time, and like actually cool, but again, I don't ego, insecurity, whatever. You're like,
Just because you're friend, just
like a bit. Do you know what I mean? Like you man are over there, but bruv, I know you in real life. But no hard feelings. Again, I just done a tune. I thought, we sound sick on that, holiday, and we done it. It's not even more complicated than that. Same with P. I've known P for like a while as well. And I rate P highly. Like, and it's outside of like making songs together. He's giving me some great advice in this music thing. Like, he's giving me some great advice in his life thing. You know what I'm saying? In music, and be like, cool.
Yeah.
So I rate him. He's a man of his word. Like, that's what I rate P about a lot. You know what I mean? He's a man of his words. And again, he's one of my favorites. So anytime I get to make a song with him, it's sick. If he can do it, he'll do it. Like I say, he's on my next one as well. But the Merkston thing. I love Merkston, man. Good brother.
Out of you and Merkston, who you think had the better verse?
Him,
Yeah.
Secretly, because he went mad. But I just want to I started.
I'm not going to say it, but he went mad.
I started it. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I done it, and then he went off what I did. Yeah?
That's what we said about it.
Let that be known.
You said it all.
On the P Money tune, I think you had a better verse though.
Which tune?
Man No. Yeah, Man No. Yeah.
Okay.
I think you had a better verse.
I'll take that.
I need more music with you and Merkage Dave, though.
We need another album, innit?
We need to look after. That's my favourite.
Crazy, innit?
That's my favourite.
Crazy.
Because it's you outside of grime, but even though you're still doing grime, but it's kind of more like poppy.
I'm a big fan of Merkage Dave, bro. Obviously, that's my brother as well. Like, but I'm a big fan of Merkage Dave. I always say this. His album, Merkage Dave, changed my life. He's like boy in a corner for 30-year-olds. You know what I mean? When you listen to it, you're like, oh my God, I didn't realise how I felt like that. Do you know what I mean? Sorry, my eyes mash up. Don't worry. Let's keep going. Merkage Dave, he's got a great beard. He's quite tall. And he's a lovely guy. And then we made the album where I'm a big fan of it. And again, for some reason, he's a big fan of me. And we sat down in my house and we just wrote it. It's like, the same with Blade as well. So yeah, fuck it. Whatever. Sometimes you say to you, oh, we should do this, we should do that. And I'm a person who just, let's do it then. Stop chatting shit. You know what I'm saying? And then, same with Merkage Dave, we done it. We said, let's do it. And we done it.
Yeah.
It took us like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then the Blade one, again, about a week and a bit. Like, not to say, like, not that speed, but like, once we said we're doing it, I'll make sure let's go and do it. You know what I mean? Same with the Mercs. Any of our features, okay, let's go and do it. Rather than just say about it, oh, we should link up, we should link up, I don't really say that to everyone because I'm not trying to link up everyone. But the man them that I rate and are my brethrens, sorry, my eyes gets to stay shut. Man them that I rate and are my brethrens, I'll just link up and do the ring one. But I want to do another thing with Merkage Dave, so I want to cry.
Nice bacon.
You can do your thing, man.
No, that's all right. So I love the Merkage Dave. I love you, bro. And I want to do another one, Merkage Dave. So when we need to look after us. What was meant to, it was pandemic after, innit? So what was actually meant to happen? Meant to drop his second album, and then I was going to make it out alive, which I did. So we should do another one, but you got to give it time. Like his second album just came out just now, not that long ago actually, last year. But yeah,
you two make sense. Just in terms of like what you guys talk about, the kind of music, it makes so much sense.
Well, he's on my next project as well. He's on my next one. Everything under control. So like I said, the people that I can connect with and we can talk about similar things and like even if they don't do the same thing, I'll continue to do that. Do you know what I mean? Big up Manga for real. That's my guy, man. There's a few people in this thing that I've met in this life, and then you think, oh man, I'm happy. Like I've done music and I got to meet you, innit? Do you know what I mean? Because it's like, you know what I mean? No homo.
You got any dream collaborations?
Dream?
Yeah.
No, I sleep quite well, to be fair.
That's a perfect answer.
Feel you.
I mean, generally in terms of like UK music, obviously in the grime scene, you've very much a unique voice, but have you ever thought about like your kind of position in UK music generally and where you kind of fit?
No,
is that something that crosses your mind?
Exist outside of it, if I'm being real. They don't consider me for anything, apart from grime, which I, again, but I don't feel like you have to, I feel like I'm proud to say that. Same way, like I said, go back to Jamie called this thing grime MC. I'm proud to say, yeah, man's a grime artist. I want to be, when they look over here, say, oh, these man, I'm part of the names. They have to say, is doing this thing. That's my thing. I don't really want to exist next to everyone else. Do you know what I mean? I'm not for everyone because I can't be. Do you know what I mean? That being the best thing runs out. Like when whoever's considered the best has changed bare times. Do you know what I mean? Like it's changed enough times. Like you answer I think it's the best, or this one's the best. And a couple of years ago it was Tiny, a couple of years ago the best thing changes all the time. Yeah. But people that have shaped genres or sound or culture is a forever thing. Do you know what I mean? So I want to be part of one of them man there. And obviously the comedy as well.
I mean, are you ever going to be, would you ever pursue stand-up comedy?
I'm doing it now.
Are you doing it?
It's your set?
No.
Oh, this is your set?
It's a bit.
Set. Oh, okay.
All this whole interview's a bit.
Hey, listen. We're happy to be part of it. Hey, man.
I'm not joking.
But with that, do you feel underrated? Do you feel like you're right where you need to be?
I'm not where I need to be because I'm still behind on some of my bills. But I don't know. It's underrated thing. I feel like I kind of deleted that from my vocab. I don't know what it means anymore. Because who are you trying to be? I'm so sorry, bro. I've spat so many times. I don't know who you're trying to be rated by. Do you know what I mean? Man's got like supporters that rate my thing. I rate my thing. Kind of it, innit? Because what's over not rated? What's rated like when you're at the industry says, yeah, man.
Basically,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, basically.
Because I know man have got bare followers that can't sell out a show. Yeah. I know man have got bare followers because they're pushed the industry. And I know people who've got doing well in his life that aren't mentioned in nothing. Again, Mercury Dave's one of them. Mercury Dave goes on tour. He's not mentioned in any of these conversations about the best or whatever. Mate, he's got that legion of fans that support and love what he does. That's rated, bro. And someone say, he's underrated, because he ain't whatever. No. Yeah, I kind of look at it different. Now, before I used to say it all the time, it was exhausting. But now I don't think I care. Yeah. I've got some more money though, by the way.
That's always welcome, you know. Brands, Paris Fashion Week.
Yeah.
Cool man.
Call at me, bro. 07.
No, I hear that. I think the more we speak about who's overrated or underrated or rated, it's very much determined by, how visible they are, how commercially successful they are. And that lends itself to conversations about genres being dead or whatever.
Yeah, of course.
A lot of it is based on, can we see you? Are you monetarily successful?
So even if I've got the best grime album, which I do for bare years, like it don't like it. If they're saying grime's dead, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Like everyone's thinking about projects and rare. My projects are cold, bro. Like, I'm not just saying that in a thingy. They're sick, but when Digger's project or Sims project or whoever comes out, I'm not mentioning that. None of us are. Again, when I'm saying that, none of us are. Like Jamie is P Money is. It's like, you man are over there. We're not even hearing that. But when you hear our things, you can stand up next to loads of stuff. Not everyone though, let me not lie. A lot of grime is shit. But a lot of other music shit too. Like you can't use the best people. You can't use Dave, Stormzy, Sims.
For everything.
And then but what about you man's rubbish ones over there, which is loads. You can't say, you use Dave, Stormzy, Sims, and DB, for example, say, this is the best. But then when you're talking about grime, you're using like the word, I remember, actually I'm not going to say who. Remember a certain man and they're rubbish. Yeah, they might be rubbish, but they're not the top of our team. Talk to the top, talk to North, talk to P, talk to me, talk to JME, talk to, you know what I mean? Talk to Capo, like then you'll see.
Novelist, Mez.
There's a lot. But they want to just base us on the worst things, the worst
It can go both ways.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like, allow it. Like we're cold over here, be real. But we do need to be better in showing that. I think we just go, like, same thing as the insecurity thing of like, don't worry about it. But I want to stand up next time. And if we do a show, I'll show you a show, you know. I'm saying I ain't got bare fans like that, but if you put me on Reading and all that jazz, I'll do something. I'll make sure they'll leave, who's that? Which I have to do all the time. Most times when I'm doing my show that ain't my show, they know me, but not like that. You know what I'm saying? They'll go, who's that? What's that? I like that song, whatever. That's because I don't have to have the big song that's got millions of views for you to like me. Okay, you've never heard this song, but I'm going to show you levels today. And I think a lot of us come from that because, again, the improvisation, the dancehall thing, and you know what I mean? Yeah, we're sick, man.
100%, man.
Some of us are shit, though. Let me just be like mad shit.
Well, looking forward to your Room for Your Life show, Jazz Cafe.
You not bought tickets?
Have I bought tickets? You know what it is?
Not yet.
Not yet. But I will.
You can do it now, you know? So like,
I mean, I'm busy now.
No, you can do it now.
I'm busy now.
You got Apple Pay.
I need to set up Apple Pay, actually. I genuinely do.
You're his brother. He's lying.
Nah, I didn't say nothing.
Yeah, but you ain't got tickets either.
I ain't got tickets. Okay, don't worry, man.
No, let's come on. Let's do this.
No, we'll pull up. We're gonna pull up.
Can we rest?
If you ain't got a ticket, you can't pull up.
I'm gonna pull up.
Well, no, guess this thing.
Can we wrap up first?
Wait, no, guess this thing.
There's no
There's no guest list.
There's no guest list.
He made it clear on his.
There's no guest list. You bought a ticket, innit? Yeah?
No, we got you. I promise you. We're gonna be there.
All your man's phones are here. I'll send you the link.
Yeah, send the link, man.
I mean, I dropped you the link.
Yeah, before you wrap it up,
I'm going to wrap it up.
you
We're going to
gotta
do
ask
this
that
live.
famous question.
Oh, yeah, no, that's my question, though.
I will.
Go on.
Oh, no, that's my question, man.
You must airdrop on.
I'm on Bluetooth.
You can send it.
He said his Bluetooth is busted.
No, look, I need to switch on my Bluetooth now. All just like that.
Nah, Lowie! I've never... Yeah, Mo, your phone's here. Yeah, that's what I just switched it on.
Can we wrap this up?
Wait,
It's already after 10.
Last question.
No, I know, but
Where's it gone?
I would have moved
Where's
it
it
all the way
gone?
along.
Where's it gone?
No, look. We got that. Pull it out.
Yeah, Mo, send that to me, yeah?
I've got you.
I will send it to you. Turn your Bluetooth on.
What can we expect from your show at the Jazz Cafe?
It's going to be good, man. I've never had a shit show. Actually, I nearly did once, but it still went quite well. Because they tried to... Anyway, what can you expect? Me, brother. You're going to hear the album, man. You're going to hear stuff. Like, I'm not going to tell you this person's coming out and that person's coming out. It's going to be good vibes. You can roll there by yourself and it's going to be sick. Like, I'm not... Again, everyone that comes on my shows, they have a good time. And that's being real. It's a community thing. It's not like... It's not just, come look at me and I'm the best and look at me perform my songs. We're here together. We're going to do this as a unit. Like, see, that's why it's important for everyone to be there and be there. If that makes sense. Not just be there. I'm going to die soon, I'm sure. Sorry, you're scared of this COVID thing as well.
Bruv.
I'm joking. But it's not like everyone is filming me and like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is the biggest show I've done, which is like 450. But my other shows have been around 300, 350, 250, like 200 to 350 at cap. And then this is like 450, which is a bigger deal for me. And obviously it's Jazz Cafe, which is a hype. But it's not going to be like everyone look at me. It's like, we're here together. Let's enjoy all these songs we like.
Yeah.
Safe. And let's remember these moments. You know what I mean? It's not a stand up and film thing. And then it's going to be, we're here.
Yeah.
Let's enjoy it. It's enjoyment. Enjoyment, what you expect. I hope so anyway. I don't really know anyone's come from the show and said this shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And if COVID don't let me down, it's going to be good.
Do you have any special guests coming out?
No one's coming.
Okay.
Yeah. I know they probably will, but I'm not saying this.
Okay,
Because it's not for that. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not for that. I need to sort out my supports. I need to know who's supporting.
Yeah, of course.
I think I want to do like I want to have like Cruz Leon, Capo, and maybe Spyro and Wingy Wingson. A few people, but like I got to figure out the times. But it's not even about the people that's coming out. Not being funny, but it's not. It's about the time together we're gonna spend.
Yeah.
And that's I don't know if that sounds cheesy, but I mean mozzarella for them.
I hear that, man. Well, all the best with it, man.
But you'll be there.
Listen, I'll buy my ticket.
What date is it?
29th of May,
29th.
2023, Jazz Cafe.
What time is it?
There's a lot going on that weekend as well. It's bank
No,
holiday.
fasting, no, it's not.
I'll play it.
It's not Ramadan them time there.
Ramadan.
No joke. I'm trying to think how you said it. That's why
He rammed that shit.
Ramdan. It's not
Ramdan. This guy sound like Stacey Slater, bro.
I'm not doing that.
It's not Ramadan them time there.
That sound like Max Brady. Michael Ramdan.
It might actually be Ramadan.
Listen, man,
them time
agendas
there,
obviously
'cause
have to
it's
run.
May,
No, but I bring
May.
fast 7:30, so it's calm. It'll be.
Oh yeah,
step
we're
out
good.
after
Yeah.
exactly.
That's
what I
what
checked.
Are we from South?
No, I'm from Tottenham.
Oh yeah. You Camden. You're
Yeah,
good.
it's local.
Yeah.
it's
You're
not too
rolling
far,
up.
it's not too far.
Did you buy it?
I'm gonna grab it.
Speaking
I'm
of
gonna
which-
be.
Put a link in the group chat.
I got you.
Yeah, like
Yeah, this
ask
one-
every
yeah.
guest this question. What
Yeah.
part of London has the best MCs? He was trying to like finagle it and like remix the question. and
Okay,
that.
so he
I
said-
won't talk about a postcode. I said, what area of London?
What northwest thing?
Yes, yes.
It still might be north, you know.
Respectfully.
And I'm not from north.
Respectfully.
I mean, if you check out like accolades, talent, different genres and steez, obviously South has loads because the South is the biggest part. But again, when you saying Tottenham,
I was just said, originally the question was, he's trying to skew this to where he wants
No,
to.
he's remixing the question.
It
I'm not
might
actually
be north. I'll be
I
real.
go, what
I said, what
area-
part of London
what
has the best
area-
MCs? That was my question.
No, what area has the best rappers? That's always been my
That's not
debate.
what I said. That's not what we did.
Well, it's still north.
Well, it could be South.
I said
The only reason I
east.
say
I said
South
east.
is because they're mountain.
We first asked ourselves this question 3
That
years
might
ago.
be
I don't
north.
even remember. What
Unfortunately.
Over East.
Who's East? Oh, J Huss.
Kane,
Kano,
Dizzy,
Wiley,
Wiley,
Dizzy.
everyone.
Gets,
Okay.
Sinchi,
Yeah, he's up there.
Who's recent from East? What, Huss?
recent.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Huss.
That doesn't even matter though.
It does.
Why?
Because then you
That's
see the
G?
different.
Is he from East or is he from North?
Who?
I don't know where he's from.
Macro
actually.
G.
I'll check.
But like different errors. So if East when Grime was coming up, East had it clear. You know what I'm saying? But if you're saying like again, let's say Tottenham when it was
Just
Skepta,
all time, though,
thingy,
just
and then
all
you're saying
time.
that they had Chip, then they had Wretch, they had Avellino, they had this one. They're like, okay, raw. That's like a lot of different generations of talent, rather than at this one time. These man were killing it over this side. Same with like Fulton Heath and all them man there. Them man have been going for a long time. When you deep like Crypticone and Stormzy. Well, I said Dave, but I just found out Dave's not that. Dave Streatham. But that's just there.
I think he's on Finchley.
Finchley.
Yeah.
Dave.
Macro G.
Oh,
Okay, cool. Fine.
Finchley.
That's North then.
That's North as well.
Yeah.
There you go. It's kind of settled in.
It's just very long for you, man.
All right, cool.
Can't lie. Don't. Yeah, wow. God damn shit.
That's all right.
Yeah, nah, that was sounding nuts.
It's all
I
right.
got one more question before we wrap it up, and it's something that started a war in the group chat, our group chat recently, and
He's gonna set me up.
It's going to be who's
No,
going to
no,
buy the
no,
ticket
no, no,
first. Who's
no,
going to
no,
buy
no,
the
I'm
ticket
letting you
first.
know now. He's gonna set me up.
no.
It's a bare challenge, but continue land.
Why did you get to
I'm
say
gonna, ask
land?
it, I'm gonna ask it the same way you've been asking it and you've
Land.
been claiming it. First of all,
You know
don't.
what you're doing. You know what you're doing.
Yo,
but-
let him finish.
Sorry, let me.
Who has more hits? Usher or Chris Brown?
I don't know either.
Right.
Usher, baby. I don't. But apparently, Chris Brown has been performing for 4 months in the O2.
Brother.
So I don't. But so I am not aware. I was saying the other day, like we live in the O2, yeah. Like Woolwich actually. Let me not say near the O2, like it's in a shiny bit. That's not. But and he's been performing there all the time. Every time I go on my phone, like if I'm going in now, someone said I just left Chris Brown concert. I said, what? How many?
I think he sold out over 10 shows.
Is it 10?
I think at this point now.
So it must be Chris Brown
That
then.
don't mean shit.
Yeah, it does.
Nah, it don't mean anything, man. Who has more hits?
Chris Brown.
Must be Chris Brown.
And here's the thing. He tried to pull the numbers thing where he was like, oh, Chris Brown's got like 60 top 100
I don't care about
tunes.
that. I don't care about charts. Let's not do that.
It must
I
be
don't-
Chris Brown.
I don't care. I just said my
It's not
only
Chris Brown.
argument
If it's
was,
amount, yeah.
my only argument was Usher's got more classic songs. Like he's got more classic. Like, cool, I give
Yeah,
you
but
8701 Confessions. I give you that, bro. Chris Brown's making songs since 05 to now.
Yeah. And them time
Whether
when people say classic songs,
Popular songs.
when you make songs,
Hits are hits.
if you make them songs there like that, them time there, them songs will be popular for longer because that was just the time.
Exactly.
So if you're there from 05 to 2000, what year is it? 2023, and you got rhythms. Like again, I don't know any of them if I'm being real, but he must have rhythms for people to keep coming out.
Bro,
for
you see what I'm
them.
saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's-
So I'm assuming it must be.
Don't get me wrong.
You don't like
I'm not
it.
knocking it. Go listen to Lovers and Friends all you want. I'm just saying.
I couldn't tell you the Chris Brown song.
I mean, the guy got outvoted. On Instagram, he got outvoted. On TikTok, he got outvoted.
They don't know what they're talking about though.
They don't.
They don't know what they're talking
So,
about.
across 3 platforms.
We got abused when I got abused when I said Eminem's not top 5. I don't care what these TikTok people think. They're
Some of them
white.
are your friends, sir.
Sorry, that was childish. That was childish.
Some of them are your friends.
What you say?
Some of them are your friends.
I don't claim them in real life.
And on that note, we'll wrap up there. Mango, thank you very much for joining us, man.
No problem.
It's been an eclectic one.
Yeah, we went a lot of places, man.
Yeah,
we
for
did,
real,
we
man.
did. Via
Came
your
back
comedy
though.
and your
Yeah.
coughing, the 2 C's.
Ah,
Yeah,
sorry.
there you go.
Sounds.
It-
Oh,
it
that
was
was mad as
obviously
well.
infectious as well.
Yeah,
Um,
like the laughter.
there you go.
There we go.
Where can people reach you, man?
I'm in the streets. More time.
Socials?
It's all fake, man. It's all fake, bro. The earth is flat. Instagram's a par, and Elon has ruined Twitter. So don't worry about it.
We agree on something. Elon has ruined Twitter.
He smashed it up, bro. He's an idiot.
Any shout outs you want to make before we take the people out?
No, thanks for coming through, man.
Thank you,
No,
man.
appreciate you.
Thank you.
Appreciate
I'll come
it.
back. So next week, are we doing our show?
Yeah, coming now.
Yes.
Fair
It's only
enough.
right. It's only right.
We're calling that.
Yep. The Mo Manga show.
There you go.
No, Mo Manga.
Yeah.
Mo Manga.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of a name.
Eminem.
Oh, nah. Eminem. Yeah. Yeah, we'll take over.
Yeah, sure.
Eminem show.
Eminem.
Every other week. See you the other week, yeah? I won't be here. I'll be
I
at
was
home.
like, I feel bad for Donny.
Might be with my child. I'm going to be sick. But I'm going to watch.
God willing.
And we're going to talk about more eggs, more racism, and Tupac's.
We'll give you a.
No, I'm not joking about him.
We'll give you a call when you can have your own segment. How about that?
Oh, that'd be sick.
Cool.
God, I'll just tell you stuff that gets on my nerves.
Yes.
I've got a list, actually. I've got a new list. Extra long iPod wires. What? That's childish. People say, take me back. Take yourself back. You took yourself there. People that say, I for one. Racist. Why are all perfume ads weird? All the companies need to start asking me my opinion on the stuff. If I have a complaint, then it's fine. If I, you know what I mean?
I see what you're saying.
People that shout, thank you, driver, in London, is noise pollution. Stop that.
I hate that stupid shit.
People that say, y'all not ready for that conversation, neither are you. So, cool.
That shit that pisses you off.
Yeah.
I respect
At the moment, I write it down as it happens.
I respect that.
I was shouting, thank you, driver. It's noise pollution, but shush. He doesn't even say nothing back to you. That's even when they get air. They close the door. They close the door. It's not even like you're saying it and you're getting a call and response. Thank you, driver. He's exhausted, bro.
It's funny as fuck. That is funny.
Manga.
I need to record that one.
It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you once again for coming down, and thank you for listening and watching as well. Hope you enjoyed. We'll be back in 2 weeks' time with or without Manga. We'll see what happens. Until then, follow us on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. We're at RhymesDimesPod. If you want to get in touch, suggest topics, rhymeslikedimespodcast@gmail.com. I can't even outro this thing without anything, but it's all good. But yeah, until next time.
We'll try one more rubber double wire for luck.
Take care. Stay safe. And peace.
Oh, man. For luck.